All right. Here we go, folks. We're gonna be doing some skee-ball, Vyskee-Ball, doing some logic, doing all sorts of good stuff today. Sorry for being late. I had some brutal storms last night and this morning, and my UPS is being dumb. Got a $400 UPS on this thing, and it does a self-check, so the battery was being stupid. So I apologize for that. One of many UPSs in my house, and now I'm not talking about shipping either. Battery backups. Because as an IT guy, I'd be dumb not to have them in my house. And my neighbor decided to mow their lawn, so if you hear a lawnmower, I apologize for that. Shouldn't be too bad. I want to start off showing some of Selenium Ranger circuits. This kid is absolutely insane. He's just incredible. So I'm going to show you some cool stuff that he's done. We'll head on over. Oh, that decided to. Okay. Not sure what happened there, why there's a wall missing. But I'll kind of show you his circuits. Then we'll go ahead and do some replication here. So yeah, let's take a look at what we have going on here. This is a flip flap something. I don't, to be honest with you, I don't even think I can explain truly what this is. I mean, it's an actual, I guess, circuit in real life that he's modified to work with an actual scoreboard or scoring system. And yes, it looks absolutely insane. I am working on a diagram. So wiring diagram is in the works for all of this. This is what we're going to be doing this right here for the simple. This is what I used for my Vyskee-Ball, as I decided to brand it, just so I don't get in trouble. As you can see, a couple switches here, and depending on which has power, it will actually change the number. Excuse me. But what this is doing, damn, where does someone begin figuring this out? Mr. Pants, K-Dog, thank you for joining, man, bright and early. Hope you're having a good start to your weekend. So this kid is a programmer, and he's did stuff building computers and a whole bunch of stuff. So this is like a real life circuit. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I mean, how do you even, how? I literally morning. Yeah, good morning to you, my friend. You've been streaming a lot this week. That's great. I've been catching a lot of your streams. Some good stuff. I was almost thinking you did a lot of cool stuff with walls and stairs that I was like, I like your little stair trick that you did. I'll have to send people your way to check that out. So this is like what did he call it? A 3-bit counter? Let me see if I can reset this so you see, because right now it's just blinking. So this is supposedly a reset button if it works. Now he said if it's blinking like this that you have to delete one of these inverters, which makes me absolutely paranoid. So let's do it just so you can see. Going to stream later today. Cool, thank you. Awesome, man. I will. I think I have something going on with my parents for dinner time. So let me know when you're streaming. But yeah, excited to check that out, man. Mornings are just better for me. I don't know. Unless I'm, coming out of a drunken stupor. Okay, so that's what he told me to do. He told me if it's acting a fool that I have to get rid of one of the inverters. All right, so what's gonna suck is though, every time I do this, I don't know if anybody else sure, that kind of shows. Does it auto connect? Probably shortly after you. So the afternoon, cool. Does this auto connect if I do this? I don't think it does it? Like, will that just automatically, or do I have to reconnect power? I don't. Every time I've tried to do that, it has just not worked. So maybe I'm just gonna throw it. Oh, geez. I don't know what to do, gents. Let me try and throw that here. Oh, Lord. Okay, build camera. You guys will be proud. I've actually utilized the build camera now. I used to just never use it, but I'm trying. Okay, so we've got that to that. I think you got to reconnect. Okay, I gotcha. Okay, I think I did that right. Oh, so that one's fixed. That one isn't. Let me try this reset button. Are you gonna behave? I think you gotta reconnect. Okay, yeah. Hold on one second. Yeah, getting more use out of the build camera. Yeah, me too. Me too, my friend. I might have to get a new PC too. This MSI board, I've been having issues with like my USB ports. I don't know if anybody else has had issues with that, but it seems like I've had issues in the past. It's like my USB ports just like freak out. There's like conflicts for like no reason. It's crazy. I don't know why. Okay. You know what also drives me absolutely insane is that I have to literally like get out of the wiring menu so it doesn't show that. Hey guys, hey, Evangelist 2019, thanks for stopping out. Let me see if I can reset this last guy. I'm not sure if I can. We'll try it because this thing is blinking. It should work. So here's the theory. It's supposed to be a count. Okay, so this guy is working. This guy is still acting a fool. So I just want to show you guys how this works, just so you can see something minor. Morning, yes. Morning it is. This weather, I mean, I swear to God, the lightning show last night was absolutely just insane. It's northern Midwest. The storms are crazy. Okay, I think that goes to that. I know, it looks like spaghetti. We're Selenian Ranger. This is all his stuff. This is not my stuff. Okay, but I just want to show you guys. This is like it's a counter, right? So this is binary. So anybody that knows binary, this will go up to 7, I believe. So let me reset. That's a reset button. So hopefully it'll turn that off. So we're stable. The circuit's stable now. So let's take a look. So yes, we're starting at 0, right? And what this does up here, hey K-Dog, it's late here, so probably won't be here long, just swinging by to leave a like as always, and I appreciate that. Thanks for stopping out. So here's what they mean by pulse, all right? So for example, if I had a floor switch that activated when something stood on it, or like let's say a ball passed over it, it's going to send electricity, right? Because it's activating. So that pulse is going to propagate. Okay, so that is 1 in binary out of the 3 bits. We've got that output here is going to this thingy bob or whatever the hell this thing is. I can't tell you what it is. And then it will display. Oh, did it not? It takes a while, right? So it takes a while. So we have 1. Okay, this is a counter again. Now, let's say you send another pulse to it. So let's say a ball rolls over 2 floor switches, for example, right? So a bunch of light up fun dickery is going to happen. This is going to light up, right? So if that's lit up, now we have 2. And the process repeats. If you have a third pulse, It's going to go through. You see we have, now that again, this is in binary as I fall to my death. So there we go. Oh, what's going on here? Are we good? Why is that showing 6? Well, something's... Oh, I think we broke it. Did we break you? I don't know. Oh my god, this looks so complicated. I'm nervous to return. So this is like the don't worry about all of this. Logic doesn't have to be this. You're not expected to figure this out. This is what Selene and Ranger is for. And then literally, this is actually his save file, even though I butchered it. So he exported on PC, he exported his base, and then I imported it into my game. So this is all of his stuff. So he's going to do videos and explain all of this, but it's just a way, and I won't spend too much more time on the counting part, but this is, it's just a counter. So anytime you send electricity, or if you take a look at this, my example last week, that's kind of basically like a pulse extender, you can send a clock to it, right? So that would be changing randomly using, you can see every second the power is getting transferred to the next auto switch and then loops back. Glad we have all our strengths to combine to make cool stuff. Agreed, man. So let me show you. This is what we're going to be doing on our Vyskee-Ball. Yeah, these are such a pain in the... Come on. I guess I cannot do... Maybe I have to go up here. Are you going to let me toggle that? Of course not. Not from up here. Oh, maybe it will. So this is what we're doing. If the ball lands, for example, in like the 50 score, the floor switch, pretend that's the floor switch sending the signal. It's going to show. That's how, this is how I did it. Although it's a little different for mine, because if you look, this, I am terrible at staying on platforms. If this doesn't have anything, it defaults to 9. I wanted it to default to 0. Sorry for the... I need to get a mod that gets rid of all that glare and bloom. So it defaults to that number if it's not lit up. I wanted it to show 0. I tried. I cried. It didn't happen. So basically, you'll see I did a bunch of... If it has any power, or if any floor switch is activated, don't even send power to it at all. Only if one of these inputs or one of these wall switches up here has power, then go ahead and display it. I might have to get him to modify his 9, because that looks like a G to me. So I think this bottom bit will have to change. Okay. So yes, this is this section right here. If you were to just cut it off right here, you would have a 3-bit counter as I fall again. And this is just the option to have it pulse. That's all this is, except it's a little broken. That's because I actually imported this to Blender. Charlie Banks, thank you very much for enabling logic and wiring and all the new stuff to work into Blender. It is a lifesaver. So all of your work is highly appreciated in that regard. Okay. So yeah, scoreboards. This is again, thank you, Selene and Ranger, for being awesome. I put him to the test. I'm like, here, make this work. And he did it. Kid's brilliant. Of course, is everybody going, yes, mod warning. I do have, what mods do I have enabled? I think I have a fighter only mod that I created, so only fighters and exotics will show up in the system. And what other mods do I have in here? I think unlimited jetpack is another one. Just because, I don't need it anymore, but that was my build cam for the longest time. So because I'm PC, I can do that. Sorry for you console folks. Okay. So everything you saw before was PS4. So we're going to rebuild this sucker. And I don't know if you guys see this, and I don't know if this is a bug. I think this is a bug in PC. If you see all those vertical lines, I need to get a PC. Yeah, you do. We get all the latest features and all that stuff, and we can tweak the game. Oh, and one other thing, folks, this is an A class. Oh, what is this? Why is that? Exclamation mark. You guys see that? What the hell is that about? Me too, okay. Yeah. I've never seen that before. I don't know what that exclamation mark means. It means something broken? That's new. Huh. Okay. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's a new feature. Anyway, there are actually two crash. This isn't an abandoned system, by the way, but there are two crash freighters here, and there's a class hotspot right here. So my thinking is, are there going to be hotspots by crash freighters? It might be something interesting. And another thing I noticed, if you look at the kind of the wayline, not waylines, but the traveling of NPC ships and where they travel across the planet, every hotspot I found has been almost intersecting. So, for example, here, if they were, let me get out of photo mode. Like, let's say they're just the default flight path was going that way. Every single hotspot so far I found has been directly like under one of those flight paths. I don't know if it's coincidence, but I do want a mod. I want a mod that only shows me hotspots. And I've been trying to think of that. How I can just like, don't even show me anything else. Just try and find me hotspots. Because for now, that's all I care about is power. Okay, so you'll have to forgive me because that's the fun thing with replication is sometimes it takes a bit. I mean, it took me, I tried to do this last night to get it exactly how it was on PS4. So getting the photo mode and making sure I get the first piece set properly. Need to hunt down one day. I will try that. Yeah, let me know. That'd be awesome. Okay, so because I've redone this many times, I think I need 14 because it has the distance has to be the same between both, PS4 and PC, or else the games, I don't want the game to behave differently on PC. 1, 2, 3. I think I need 14 here. It's funny when you're dual platform, you go back and forth and you'll like start it on one platform and it'll be better on like PC, but then you'll make it better on PS4, so then you have to go back to PC to make it the same. That's yeah, I flip-flop a little too much with that, so it ends up taking me more time to replicate something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, so 2 more. And another thing I noticed on PC, we get rainbows a lot more than console. Did you see that craze video, Kibbs? I have not. Oh, Andy, thank you for hopping on. I should get NMS on PC after all this time. Yes, you should. And I did not. What video do you speak of, Andy? Well, which craze video? Let me know. This last week with work has just been chaos, so I apologize. I've been trying to keep up, and then, with all my other hub duties and trying to get this for Galactic Games, or I don't know, Andy, do we have a name for, I know it's anniversary stuff, but a bunch of good stuff coming up in October. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14. He goes through a few mods, Cloud Fix and Grass Fix. Oh, okay. I will have to check that out. Good sir. Thanks again for stopping on, man. I think this is right in your afternoon. Looks insane, plus new cosmetics. Maybe it'll fix these hideous scan lines. And I don't even know if they're scan lines, and I think it's only on, is it only on mountains? Because look, it's not over here, is it? No. But as soon as I look over here, I see it. I see rainbows a lot more since I got the PS4 Pro. Oh, maybe it's Interesting. I saw that grass to the horizon. Okay, I'll have to check that out. Okay, so we are going to struggle a tier 1 glitch here. We're actually going old school to get the angle we need. We're going paver to cylinder. And you're going to see me screw up a lot because, like PS4, this is actually a lot easier, but it is reverse on PC. I think but I'm using a controller on PC, so it's like the same time for some reason. I don't know. I am terrible at glitching on a PC now. Okay, what did I do? I think I need to. I think I did. Yeah, I did this. Okay, and then this is the angle I got. This is obnoxious. I hate pyramids. Yeah, I think the Pro shows rainbows. The regular PS4 does not. That makes sense because I have not seen a rainbow on my vanilla PS4. And I think there's a mod that just stopped showing me this ghosting shit. I'm sick of it. So I need to find a mod that just turns that off. I'm sure somebody has done it. And I really want to figure out what that exclamation mark is. Okay, so this is the angle we need. And is this what I did? Yes, this is what I did. Stop freaking out. Okay. So we have our angle, and I hate that ghosting. Yeah, it's annoying. Okay, dog. Hey, we did that right on the first try. For some reason, trying to get these pavers inverted, they like want to invert. I don't know. It's the behavior of them is really strange now, and I don't know why, but it is. Okay. I know this is going to look like I actually know what I'm doing because I wanted to make sure I literally went between platforms and like took pictures. I've done this so much, I just know it by memory now, but it's got to be the same, so it's the price you pay. And then my original thought when doing this is, oh, I have to kick it out, right, to let the ball fit through a gap here. But then I obviously changed my mind there, so, but it was kind of too late and I don't want to rebuild everything. So we are doing it this way. So that's 14, 15, and 16. This should be right. I literally have a picture, and I'll see if I can show you guys. But this took me forever. I couldn't realize what I did when I was trying to go back on PC the other day, because I was doing this on PS4. So that should be this square, well, this floor panel should be 16. Let's Sesame Street this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. That should be right. I actually have a picture of it. So bear with me. I might even look it up on my phone. Because if we don't do this right from the beginning, then I don't want to have to tear down a bunch of shit. So that would be poo-poo. Let me pull up my... Anybody else that's dual platform completely understands, or anybody else that replicates. At least it's my own replication. Doing replication for other people's builds suck. But it builds up your chops. Okay, so I got that right. And then 16 floor panels. You know what? I didn't even realize that Evangelist 2019. I didn't even realize that. Wow, that shows you how much No Man's Sky is embedded in my subconscious. Okay, so not including the sphere, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. We did it. We did it. Yay. Okay. So, and then, because literally I took a mid-build screenshot. So we have that, which is not part of the build. Because here's the other thing. I had to go through and like, I literally probably shot that damn sphere like 1,000 times. Because I wanted to get a baseline of where it, like kind of where it ended up. So that wasn't like stupid hard. So that's kind of why I've done this, raised it up a lot to make sure it's playable. Okay, so that's right. We got the floor panels. That's right. And then this is where we're going to start. We're going to start here. This is our starting point. And that's the only reason it looks like that, because we had to raise it up. Okay. So I'm going to do 6. Oh, yeah, build camera. I was just talking about how much I love the build camera now. Well, it's actually crucial on this build. And you'll see why, because when you try to get circles on something that's not 90 degrees, it is terrible. That's why I switched to flags. Because I was doing this with, and I'll actually show you what I did on the flooring before, but it is so heinous and takes so much time that I was like, no, we're not going to do that. And sorry if it's, I don't know, this, I'm on experimental, and it's, sometimes I'll get like weird frame freezing. It's odd. It certainly is odd. So let me look at my reference picture here again. And make sure I do this right. I was contemplating, should I do this, should I do a replication build? And I figured, yeah, people would probably want to see it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. All right. So here's the problem with trying to do spheres, right? So a couple weeks back, we knew that the rug glitching. We knew that, there goes my menu dyslexia again. We knew this had a collision boundary underneath. Well, it does. It has one underneath it, but here's what I had to do. Is I had to match the angles, so I had to get this thing all mega huge, and then I had to change the angle of the damn thing. So we'll max this out. I'll show you exactly what I did and why I didn't repeat it, because it just wasn't viable. And then I had to did I rotate it that? No, I think I went like this, and then I had to go like that or something, I think, and then like flip it to try and get it in 90 degrees to the actual, not 90 degrees in real life, but 90 degrees relative to the angle that this platform is in. So that took forever, and I'm not going to be like super perfect here, but so we have something like that. Let's get up here. You know what else is annoying as shit? Like, I purposely like had other build areas. If I were to try to drop down there half the time, it would spawn me right back up here. And I get it. It's like a safety thing. So that's not perfect, but for my demonstration, it's fine. So you will see what I actually had to do is I went in here, and you see we have this spherical exclusion zone / boundary. And I think I even did, I try to do it because wire glitching on something invisible does not work for me. It takes too much time. So I literally had to go down, match the bottom, and like even bring a decent trick that I found. Like if you look at this wall unit, you see that bar, the last bar at the bottom. Even though it's red, I try to line it up and make it parallel with the floor at that particular time. And I literally went around and made my sphere, which I'll probably, and you have to do this for every single one, man. You have to like go down and then tweak it and then bring it back up and then yada, yada, yada. But that's what I had to do. I went all the way around this sucker, and I'm not going to be perfect, but that's how I got it somewhat relative to the angle that the flooring is in. And then once I got all these all around, and then this is so heinous. And then I went and wire glitched, because now that I had the thing, I had a reference point, and I could go in here and literally just wire glitch if I could. I was on a roll last night. I'm like, I'm going to be sweet for the stream, and I'm going to get it every time. And then, Yeah, so I literally had to go around, and I mean, you could do it without the markers, but it's just not going to work. I mean, I could try and angle it that way, but and then I realized, well, then I have all these like ebbs and flows, and it's not like flat across. Now inside it'll end up smooth, but so I just ditched it. That's how I got that first pick. Is using this floor. Look, I can't even get on this. Well, I can't even get up here. But just to show you guys that I am just chilling on an invisible sphere, which is sweet. But that's rug glitching. Okay. And if you remove it, everything else stays, which is kind of cool. But we're going to use flags. And we're going to blind everybody with the torch. Okay. So let's build some walls up. Now that you all saw that. I believe I can fly. No, that was a terrible joke. Here we go. Yeah, let's do the bottom. So the bottom, I have this like little catch-all, like measly 10 points. Like if you completely just suck at this game. I think that's how it is in real life with Vyskee-Ball. Like the bottom thing is 10 points. It's like, oh, hey, you actually got it on the board, so we'll make you feel good. I think we'll give you 10 points for that. And what's nice is that the scatter blaster build camera. I keep forgetting. I love this thing now. I hated it. Well, I didn't hate it before. I was just like, okay, what is this like is this supposed to make me feel better that I didn't have rotation before they fixed it? But I forget what I was talking about something. I don't know what I was talking about. Scatter blaster with so what's nice is to play this game, the scatter blaster, it doesn't matter how beefed up your multi-tool is. So the scatter blaster is going to provide the same amount of force to the ball, no matter what. So that's good, right? So, some people just have like a pistol with a single scatter blaster module on it. It's no big deal. Because I was nervous because I have my multi-tool modded to shit on here. I mean, I have it pegged. So don't mess with me in game or you'll get one-shotted. So I was like, oh God, I totally forgot. And then I realized, oh, well, it did. I figured it was going to launch it across the planet. That's how I figured out. It doesn't make a difference, which is swell. Okay. Because, like they have netting on real Vyskee-Ball. It's all netting, I think. But, like, screw that. Like, and I'm actually surprised the game let me do this. I think that's why, because what we're doing is all the logic's going to be over there, right? So, like, ER told me to build spread apart, and he was right. Because, I mean, I can literally have, like, I think I have, like, 100, like, switches and inverters under there, and I totally am fine. I mean, I have not, on PS4, I have not hit the complexity limit yet. Okay, so I think these are 3 high, but I have to do this too. Hey, thank you for subscribing. Jade Hermit, appreciate it. Jaded Hermit, sorry, my eyesight is absolutely horrific. Okay, what are we doing? Yeah, sure. Did you say yeah, sure, or yes, sir? Anybody see the second one? I think I did. It's been a while. The Super Troopers. I love the first one. I thought they were going to make Weed Fest because, like, all those, that's a similar group of guys because, like, Beer Fest was awesome. And then they played it off like they were going to make Weed Fest because I think I had Willie Nelson at the end of that movie. And I was all like, yeah. They're gonna make Weed Fest, and maybe they did, and it was just like straight to DVD feature. I don't know. Either that, or it was just so horrible that they just canned it. Be right back. All right, buddy. Okay. This is a lot faster, you know, after 10 times of redoing this thing. Okay, and then what I think I actually had to, did I have, yes. So the problem was, is I had to get the, I actually do have to do this. I have to, this bottom one, I loved Super Troopers. Yeah, me too. It's a cult classic. Oh, what's that restaurant that we always used to go to? Oh, you mean Shenanigans? Peaceful Gamer, holy crap. Thanks for stopping up, man. You read my name as Jaded Hermit. Oh, is that you that subbed? Then what? Well, hold on a minute. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong Peaceful Gamer. It's top down. I'm looking at OBS on my second monitor. This is how noob I am. I'm looking at, that was 19 days ago. I'm looking at my sub list. It's top down, not, you know, bottom up. I'm sorry, you are officially jaded. Peaceful Gamer, the infamous Peaceful Gamer, showed up. I appreciate the I was thinking. Hey, you know what? We all have to laugh, right? It's like, I just thought I'd be nice and you know, use my celebrity powers to show up and give Kibble some love, and he calls me by the wrong name. The hell is going on here? Well, looks like Jaded Hermit gets a little extra love by proxy. So, but thanks for stopping out, man. I really appreciate it. We're making Skee-Ball, and thanks for the sub, by the way. It's because of him. I was trying to explain to PG how logic worked, and I was like, you know what? I am going to make it like Sesame Street. So that was for him. That was for you, PG. You're such a swell guy. What the F, man? Okay. So yes, this is our like, you suck, you got it on the board, but we'll have pity on you. Bucket right there. Okay, so now I'm going to, yeah, I think I warned you. I warned you that I was heinous, PG. But it's all good. And let me know, show the 3D model. I'm excited to see it because Andy owes me my, oh, you know what? That's because I'm over here. Andy owes me one. I'm excited. Make sure you send it to my new address, Andy. I don't want the people that bought my old house to get that. I would probably cry. I'd probably knock on their door, be like, hey, you got my ship? I'm gonna need that. Okay. These are our scoring holes. The only thing I wish the build camera had, and I know they can't do it, but like, you know, in photo mode, if you're like directly perpendicular top down, like you can use the D-pad to actually like move backwards. I wish they had that. I wish they did. Okay. Oh yes, and we need our impossible 100, our 100-point corner buckets that I literally only make one out of like 50. For sure, bud, gonna be shipped on Monday. Awesome. Hashtag Galactic Hub gift shop. Andy's I mean, I think that's what you do for a living, right? It's just 3D printing. I know PG is, you go and help me out here. I forget who you're using. I'll have to try that for some stuff. Is it Shapeways or something? I forget what it's called. Okay. Now let's get some, let's get, do we have to do the flags first? Let me see if I can get the floor switch. Shapeways.com. Awesome. So just to, for those that wonder, there's a couple different ways to do that. It is difficult. Like if you were to just export the model, the STL file, I mean, there's literally, especially with all the pieces and parts, and there's so many like non-joined sides and gaps. I forget what they call it in the 3D printing land, but you have to clean all that crap up. And so I already do most of it. If you just export it and say, hey, print this, I mean, it's not going to happen. But there's a couple different ways. NMS model viewer is a big one, although I don't know if it works for Beyond. Be right back. Got to feed the kid. No problem, buddy. But yes, here we go. Floor switch. Yeah, I think, well, so we have to green state the floor switch. That's why I think we need the flags first, because then we can wire glitch it in the angle. Because if you look, obviously it's not gonna, I mean, we have to get it in. Oh, you know what? Maybe we can do it down here. Come on. Really? You'll go anywhere on the ground, but you won't go on a hashtag baby Thanos. That is awesome. Okay. So I'm going to try and get my green cursor kosher. Are you kosher? I think you're kosher. Woohoo! All right. I'm finally getting somewhat competent at wire glitching on PC. Actually, I just probably ruined it. But I have noticed that I think I got the closer I get to where I want to put it for some reason. I don't know why. That exotic was made up of 120 shells. Haha, yeah, I would have sent it back if it was for work, but dedication pays off. Weren't you trying to do a walker? Also, Andy, and you said that was absolutely bonkers. See, why is that green state? Literally, I could put that clip through a wall. Doesn't make any sense to me. All right. On PC, it's like real quick. I can't even do it on a keyboard. I actually tried. I mean, maybe my keyboard is just potato, but I cannot. I can't do it with a keyboard and mouse. Okay. They said this doesn't have to be perfect because nobody's like really gonna see it, but I mean it looks good enough. Seriously, really, I can just green. Well, that's interesting because that means you could probably get some weird glitchery if you can glitch it through walls like that. I'd love to 3D print my hauler. I'm on PS4 though, so I can't get the STL files. Well, you have to use a program. Like if you can get somebody to send you the game files unpacked. So how the ships work in the game is there's a scene file for like dropship, which is hauler. There's a scene file for all of the ships. But by default, it has every possible combination. It has all the parts. So what you have to do, like for example, for me, the easiest thing, you have to comb through all that. It takes hours. You have to deselect and show only what you want to match, like, because there's like 80 sub wing types and everything. So you have to actually go through and untoggle stuff. And the way it's like structured in the menu is odd. Like you'll have like engine B, but then you'll have sub engine D. But if you like unselect the wrong thing, it's just really weird. I think you can do it in Blender too, but for me, it's just quicker to do it in Model Viewer. I'm back, but gotta go. Landlord is hear squirrels in the attic again, I will catch them. Hey, thanks for stopping out, K-Dog. Hopefully you get your nuts out of the attic. Well, I mean the squirrels. I assume they're there. Squirrel. Yes, good luck. If they're black squirrels are like the worst. Like brown squirrels are like, I'll eat the food. But you know, like I won't destroy your bird feeders, but black squirrels are mean. The gray ones too. Okay, boom. Oh no, I got excited for victory, and we are not total victory yet. Do, 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 do. Squirrel. It's such a funny name. They scratch like crazy running around. It's right near my bedroom. Ah, that would make me Hulk. I would, yeah. I'd just dip some peanuts and antifreeze, and they'll take care of it. I'm just kidding, folks. I like animals. There we go. I wish this was surface normal. I know you guys would hear me say that a lot, but like if you were to go into the game files, okay, and you were to, there's a property under the base building table for like how, you know, how its place or how it basically intersects with its surroundings. And if you were to change one of these to surface normal, like decals are surface normal property, then this floor switch would be level with whatever I'm putting it on, regardless of what angle that is on. I've almost punched through the drywall trying to scare them. Yeah, I do that. Yeah, that's like my cats, because I don't let my cats sleep in our room. And they'll scratch at the door and meow, and yeah, they don't understand what the hell shut up means. Okay. My wife's like, yeah, but they're lonely. I'm like, yeah, well, I have allergies. I don't want their litter paws. Because you know what they do. They come and sit right on your pillow, right? Like, hey, I just used the box, and here's my litter and my leftovers, my trailers, dingleberries all on your face. I know that sounds gross, but people that have cats know what I'm talking about. I don't care. See ya. Thanks for stopping out, K-Dog. I'll be hopping on your stream later today when I can, buddy. I think Sword is streaming later. A whole bunch of people stream on Saturdays. Okay, so this is good. So now we can cover up and start our flag. You're gonna laugh how I do my flags, but it's actually why is this frame rate? I don't know. I mean, I am not like I need to get I literally have a 1060. That's it. I need to get a better card or just use a streaming PC, but I don't stream all like that, so I don't know. Okay, let me color these just so I know. So like, yeah, that's worth a lot. That's we're getting crappier as we go down. This is poo poo. We'll make this green too. That's fine. Okay. All right. So now, you know what? I should probably save. Believe it or not, I don't have any dihydrogen, but we'll get over there. So I can't make a save point. Okay. Yeah, like that is just awful. I need to get a better graphics card. I don't know. It seems worse. Sometimes experimental patch will release and it's just bad. I don't know why. What am I doing? Okay, I'm gonna put up a temporary wall here. And I'll explain to you guys why. We want a reference point. We want that when we go in the build camera, in case we screw up our flag, because we have to get our flag at the right angle and rotate. So I will show you what I'm going to do here. Let's check this out. So if I get in the build camera and I have this little wall here, I can back all the way up. So I can't go back any further and I can't go up any further. So because anytime you back, if you're scaling something, as you know, as soon as you, like if I accidentally back out of the menu, I want to make sure I can get that flag back to the state it was in every time. So this way, I can nestle myself in a nook and guarantee that I don't have a bunch of flags that are different shapes and sizes out here. But that's just the OCD in me. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Again, what you want to do is when you're doing something like this, look at the bottom of your screen. If you have a monitor that has a logo, just use that. Line up that logo right with, like, that's what I'm doing right now. I got a Philips TV. Literally the L, I am lining that up with that center line in the floor panel. And I'm also kind of checking to make sure I'm square. You want to make sure you're square as possible. Okay, and what I may want to, is it getting dark? Of course it's getting dark right now. So what I'm going to do is get my torch. Oh, that's dumb. Do I have to move back so the light actually shines? Yeah. That's fine. It's a little better. Actually, that didn't do a damn thing. Whatever. Oh, I missed that. We had a possum in our garage once, knocked everything off the shelves. It's the reason they are not called stealth weasels. That's funny. Sony logo. Yeah, I'm in a really jazz. So like, I have like a crappy like 55-inch Philips on the wall, and then I have like my 4K 27-inch just like on a stand. I am jank. You would think I'd have nicer stuff. Hey, it works. Don't care. Okay, so we are staged. We're good, right? So let's get some flags. Because here's the thing, the flag has to be the right size, right? So what I did is I played around for a while, but if you look at the top where the two, like the light is, there's the bar, see those two little feet? I line that up with the edge of that, kind of that little lip of the floor panel, as close as I can get it. Hashtag Kibbles 27 inches. Damn right. Is this off? It looks off, but I mean, it's close enough. So that's the first step. We got to get the size right. I'm off a little bit. That's good. There we go. We're a little better. I should probably change my sensitivity to not be so sensitive. That's the problem. Like the sensitivity on the, I don't know if that's maybe fly sensitivity, but I wish there was this, you could like have the left joystick not be so incredibly, I have to like baby tap. Maybe if I sneeze on it. That's what's so annoying. It's almost like you have to like get it right and then stop. That's fine. I could sit here for a while. That looks a little better than before. That's fine. I don't care. All right, so let's scale back up again. It's still little bit off. It's not too bad. That's better. Who cares, right? I mean, when you're far away, that's close enough. So okay, so we've got the size right, and now what we have to do is we have to make it vertical. So what I'm doing is, if you look at that floor panel line that I was telling everybody about, we're gonna try, and that is good. I want to get that bar of the flag center with the line in the floor panel. So now we know we are 90 degrees relative to the angle that the floor panel's at. I know. It's crazy amount of work. I understand. So we're going to do the corners first. Not the corners, I'm sorry, just the regular size, because we can rotate in 90-degree increments. And I'm not even going to use the top down. What I'm going to do is I always had the same reference point. Now it starts getting really weird because we're at an angle, so if you get seasick, I'm sorry. And I wish like they had a rotate cam, like, but yeah, we're gonna center that up. That's been my reference point. Of course, when the flag blows in the way, but that's fine. So there's one, and then the lights are gonna be on the outside. One. That's good enough. Two. Let me try and pull back a little bit here. I'm wondering if I should stream tomorrow. My wife's like, she watches like Ryu and is in all that Smash stuff. She's like, yeah, you should not stream back to back. Nobody will watch it. I'm like, yeah, but that's where the meat and potatoes. I don't want to wait a whole week to, because this is like, I need to do this on PC, so that's why I'm doing this. So that way I can like show people, but you know, I have to get this done before October. Okay, so we're gonna repeat this fun stuff. Because here's the thing, we want to get all these in place, and then we're gonna do our 45-degree rotation, because it's not a full circle. It'll be an octagon for these, and then we'll do the big pain in the ass circle later. Just like a skee-ball set. And it doesn't have to be perfect. But yes, the build cam is your friend here. This kind of forced me to get used to using it. Because there's no way. I kept forgetting about it until I was up here trying to do this. I'm like, oh wait, I have a build camera. Oh, I think this would probably be impossible without it. And the other benefit of using these flags is it's free light. I try to actually have these the other way, have the lights facing inward, but if you look, it's not that big of a difference. And it made it harder because the ball would get caught on that light. Come on. Okay. How are we doing? I think I got one more down here, but I'm not smart. Well, can I? No, I'm not smart. So this is exactly why I did this. We'll do that last. I want to get these done. I'm gonna have to remove that wall. As soon as I remove that wall, guess what? I'm gonna have to remove these walls too to be able to get those in. Because look what's gonna happen. See, it reset. As soon as I get out of that menu. Well, poo-poo. That's fine. It's not a big deal. That's why we did this. I technically didn't need to. I can get away with one here. So let's get back in our Nook, folks. Hold on, I gotta go up, back, and then back into that sucker. Because that's what I noticed. Like I would screw something up, and then I'm like, oh, I get to do this again. Okay. And the more and more I do this, the more sloppy it gets, just because my OCD starts to wear off. Like I just don't care. Like I know that's off. I'm looking at the bottom line. Actually, that's a little too off for me. I'm literally squaring up my TV. So like that's square, but look, like I have to, but for sake of your guys' sanity, I'm not gonna get that crazy. So the most OCD on a build was the DNA of the Atlas, because there's no real snap points on that. The rotation has to be perfect, because over distance it would start to skew enough where it was noticeable. So literally for each section of pipe, I had to build a like a platform and like a wedge, kind of like what we're doing here, so that when I rotated the decal on the pipe to get the angle I needed, it was the same exact reference point for each pipe that was corkscrewing around the center pole. That took me 10 hours just to get the angles, I think, on that build. That was terrible. I never want to do that again. That's what I always say. The level of detail and whatever in your build is determined by the level of patience you have. That build was about 45 hours, I think. That's not, no, the longest build I had was the contact replication. That's the problem with, like, if you're doing like movie stuff. Yeah, that's good. Like, I want it to like be perfect. Oh, I didn't have to do that because we're making this more difficult for y'all. So I'm actually bringing this in. I lied. So that's how I made these a little harder. I'm going to bring the flags in a little bit. I have to go on the other side of this sucker. The contact spheres, because I wanted like the piping and the scaffolding all to look like the machine when they drop the ball in and she goes to that other galaxy and all that stuff. That, I don't know why my computer does that sometimes. Or like pretend like, I think maybe there's some application running in the background of my computer that's doing that. But anyway, that was terrible. Not terrible, that sucked. I mean, it was cool because I actually had like Winder TP, the Euclid mods, because like I couldn't do it without it because I really wanted it to look the same. That was the longest build. And then the Guardian was the second. But that was my first Blender. Not Bender, but Blender experience. Oh, I totally screwed this up. This is what I was worried about. Right? Because, wait a minute, did I screw it up? Oh yeah, folks. Guys are gonna get all bored with me. That's okay. We'll fix this. The Guardian of the Atlas took me forever. So what I had to do for that is literally side-by-side pictures of models because I wanted the scale had to be right. Like the leg arch angle and the head angle and all of that crap had to be right. Or else it just wouldn't have looked the same, so. And thank you, Charlie, for helping me out on that because I had never used Blender before that. Now, Ash Facta, he's like the Blender god. He does some, and he's already doing some insane stuff. Good. I don't care. We're getting lazy. We are getting lazy. Okay. Did I really just sing that to Rhythm Is Gonna Get You? I did, and I don't care. I think that's what that song is called. Cool. All right. Oh God, this is terrible. I forgot. This is the worst part of the build. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, no, we're going inside. We're not doing the let's get you cozy in there. You're close enough, because guess what? The flag's gonna wave and it's not gonna really make that much of a difference. It just makes me sleep at night knowing that I tried. Like here, I'm literally looking at the top of the dot and trying to get it to the top of the line. Because that's just, I can't help it, so I apologize. Come on. Get out of the way, flag. Yeah, and I can skip around too, you know, like people want to see the logic. The logic's going to take a bit, and running the wires is going to take a bit. But I can show you what I did. I might run the wires offline because that's a very arduous, it's just a long process. And it's not even difficult. It's just getting it straight. And I'll show you a trick after this because I'm going to Actually, how are we on time? We're actually doing not too bad on this build. Because I have like 20 hours so far in this, I think, combined between both. You were close enough. Okay, so we have all our angles. Yes. We remove this so we can come back down here and do these. Yes. Right? Do I need to do this one? Because the circle dude. Yes, I do need to do this. Gotta go. It's almost midnight here. Catch you later. Hey, thanks for stopping out. I greatly appreciate it. Hope you have a good weekend, rest of your weekend. There we go. I could have used other things than flags. But am I doing this right? Well, so I got 50, 40, 30, 20. Or did I have normal flag here? I am so confused. That looks absolutely just awful. I think so. I'll probably have to read. I don't know if that's right or not, because I think that's right, because we do a big circle between some of these. That's the one that's going to suck the most. Okay. Actually, I'll need to leave that. Let me show you a trick on some lights. Actually, let me look at my reference on my phone real quick. I did not need that last one. I do not need these. Shows you my short-term memory. But I need that one. Because we're going to do a circle between here, and we're going to come all the way down, right? Yes. And go all the way up here. So that's going to be the circle. Circle of life. Let's save. Hopefully it doesn't do this crap where it tries to respawn me on the top. I think if I melee and get a head start, should probably just have another save beacon or just save point, but I'm smart. I don't have one. Okay, so yes, that is right. That vantage point looks good. So power, what I recommend if you want to get lines ran straight, let me show you what you can do. What did I do? I think I just find a reference point starting, for example, here. And let's go to light. Or it doesn't really matter. You can start off wherever. Why didn't you? Because this down here, this is just getting staged. But what you can do is, how did I do that? Oh, it's because it's the same one. That's what we have to do. You have to start off new, right? So you'll see it wants to auto snap like to that guy. So if you just move it, keep going left until it doesn't. As soon as it like releases, that's where you place it. And then if you repeat that process, keep going to the right, you'll notice my cursor's right on that line. And then boom, and place it. You'll guarantee, and then if you follow and if you start with a center wire, for example, over here, we'll get a little sloppier on this, but you can guarantee that your wires are going to be straight. So check this out. As soon as you free yourself from the snapping, boom, now you have parallel wires that are straight. And that's how I ran the wires. Thumbs up. Thank you. Yeah. So just an easier way to, instead of trying to reference, like, use your spatial abilities, You can do it that way. And that's how I ran 27 wires from here all of the way. Where are we at? To over here. Which I had three generators over here. Originally I had them over there, but I wanted to keep the item count down just in case I hit the limit. So that's why I have all the horsepower over here, all the logics here. So on one side, so power runs up the middle, right? And the reason I have 9 per floor panel, because that's how many can fit on here. So I just kept it so it was consistent. But I have 9 in the middle that are for power, which I actually found out I don't need that many, but I just ran it anyway. On the right are the inputs for the floor switches. So when you hit on the floor switch, the power is going to come here on the right side. Okay, it's going to process through all of the circuitry, and then it's going to come to this side, and anything that's lit up, like the scoreboard, is on the left side. So that's how I decided to do it. Okay. I might stream the circuitry tomorrow. It's a pain in the ass. No doubt about that. But it's worth it. See, I see those lines. Maybe it's just my TV, but I totally see lines right by the planet name, my like health. I'll have to figure that out. I really don't know what that is. I don't. Sup guys, sword. Dude, thanks for dropping that. Stopping by, man. Let's just throw in. I know you usually stream in the Saturday afternoons. I'm going to try and stop out. I think K-Dog is also. I think he's doing an afternoon stream. So I might be stream whoring between you two. I got that too, buddy. Yeah. Well, I appreciate you stopping out. No, we're going to be smart. We're going to do this the smart way. We're going to finish our flags. Let's power through it. It's got to be done. It drives me crazy. Oh, Sword. So you're seeing the vertical. You're seeing this. I see. Okay. Are you PC, buddy? And is this a PS? I don't see this on my PS4. So at least I don't think I do. But is it only on map? But it's only like there. I don't see it anywhere else. So why? What's the deal? I don't know. Can't obsess about it too much. Yeah, on PC. All right. I thought you were, but I wasn't sure. I assume you're experimental. I'll have to check some of that. That was a pretty big update, so. Wow, I can't even see my cursor. Well, that makes me sad. I may have to change this to a different color. Does that help at all? It's a graphics rendering issue on darker textures. I see. Okay. Well, my graphics card isn't super awesome either, man. I mean, is that any better? No, that's more horrific. Let's put something else here to stop this glare. I'm literally doing this on a 1060. Is that any better? Yeah, that's better. I know. I need to get a better stuff. I spent all my money on recording gear, man. Most of it. Or like software plugins, reverb, all that stuff is expensive. I mean, just Waves Platinum alone or does it to me with the 2060. Holy. So is that the RTX series? And do you know, because what I was thinking is, do I just get a crappy capture card and a stream computer? But like, because I could like piece parts all over the place, but I don't know if it's worth it. I definitely need a new graphics card though. But at 2060, how much is one of those? Like $800 or something? Oof. That's some pimp money right there. Oh, you know what? This wall, yes, RTX. How are you streaming in Vulkan API? Sentient Mirage. Thanks for stopping out. How? Or like how am I doing it, or how is it not potato? It will probably get patched out. Okay. Um maybe I don't well, of how I'm just using I'm not a streaming guru by any means, folks. I'm still newer to this. I'm using just Streamlabs. OBS doesn't support Vulkan API. I'm using Streamlabs OBS. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm just doing and what am I doing? Am I doing borderless? What's my, well, now you have me questioning. Let's see. What are my video options? Borderless, primary, triple buffered. There's my horrible 1060. I don't know. It seems to work. As you, does it have to do with, oh, son of a bee. Does it have to do with how I have my video set up? I don't know. Is it because I'm Intel and not AMD? I know AMD Hello Games has made them suffer quite a bit. I think the AMD issues have been resolved. I think. I don't know. Yes, borderless. Got it. Okay. Well, the reason I try to do like the Streamlabs overlay, they're like, oh, you have this fancy overlay feature, but you need borderless. You know what? That totally explains why I struggled so much when I first was setting this up, because I get a black screen. I'm like, why does it not do game capture? What the hell is going on here? And I had to go borderless. Okay, good. But I've never been an AMD fan, to be honest with you. No, I mean, I don't know. I got nestled in the Intel family, so I ran the beta until beyond with Slavs. Gotcha. I love that acronym, Slavs. It is close enough. Why am I struggle busing? Yeah, let's go past, and then hopefully we'll get it right with one of these. I should have, you know what? I should have committed. I should have just accepted the fact that that's as good as you're going to get right now. Gentle, here we go. Because this has to be centered. This one is important, or else the angle relative to the flooring is going to be off. Just tap it in. Okay, maybe we had to do the hokey pokey. If this doesn't work, that is close enough. Okay, so this is the part that sucks because we have to do corners. So we need to do 45 degrees. I think what I did is just try and get it. I went, the 2700 CPU streaming VR has been the only issue my PC couldn't handle. 2700, tried borderless, doesn't work, black screen output, only way is display capture. Horrible 12 FPS. I think I am doing display capture. Maybe. I don't know. If this and I'm not monitoring my own stream because like if I did, my graphics card would just throw up. So it wouldn't. Oh, this is what I get for being dumb. You have a better PC than me. Well, I have a Intel 6700. What else do I have? Sorry, folks. It shows you how much I was not paying attention. I'll make this quick. I have a 6700 CPU, 32 gig, DDR4. I don't know. Oh, 2014. This is 2016. You know what the problem is like this is LGA 2011 V3 socket. So like it's the X99. And so I was trying to look at like nicer motherboards because I've been having USB problems with this MSI. I will never buy another MSI motherboard ever again. Sorry, MSI, but it was like the best one at the time for the X99 chipset. And then I've been having USB problems like ever since I got this thing. I'm still stuck on an AMD FX 6300 and a GTX 750. Gotcha. Yeah, I need a new one because I have USB problems with this thing, which sucks. But I also have a lot of shit hooked into it. I have like 4 different headsets for work. I've got my Focusrite. I've got my like keyboard, drums. I mean, you name it. Display capture is a no-no for me. Really? Maybe you need to go Intel, buddy. Yes, that's what I wanted this whole time. We got it. Okay. Kibbles, do not hit the joystick on this rotation. Don't do it. D-pad. We are doing the D. Okay, D-pad, thank you. Okay, good. So we have to get this at 45 degrees. What I'm actually doing here is trying to get as like top down as I can and using the lines in the floor panel to get that. Yeah, that's good right there. Okay, so once we have that, then I can use my reference that I've used in the past, which is like right there or close enough. As long as you have the same reference point, then you'll be consistent. Even if it's consistently off a slight bit, it'll be that way for the rest. But that is fine with me because nobody's going to see it that close. And it's not going to affect the physics of the ball that much if it's off by a few degrees. And this is what happens when you try to build on top of something that's not flat. Everything you do has to match its relative axis. Not axis, axes. I try to do like the rotation of like try to do a circle with the pipe, but it just wasn't consistent enough because you had to like get the. Is that on? No, that looks fine. Yeah, it was too hard, right? Because you'd have to rotate the pipe, and then I'd have to rotate the pipe whatever degrees this whole platform is at, and then repeat that. It just wasn't working for me. But I had to figure this out because I had a requirement. Otherwise, I mean, I wouldn't even try something like this. Angle build. That's why there's no way the Guardian would have worked without Blender, because literally on Blender I had to match the angle. The pipes were the worst on that build, like around the center body. That was just terrible. Using the 3D cursor and everything and trying to get it at that angle around and get the spacing right. And I almost cried. I think I did cry a little bit. But I had to add a Blender build to the bucket. I used to despise it, like, oh, this is cheating. I hated it. This is game breaking. But then I was like, you know what? It's just a median for art. So then I kind of came around to it. But I try not to, I don't use it much because I like my builds to be on PS4 also. So if I'm relying on Blender, then I'm restricting myself to still trying to work out what you're supposed to be building. Oh, Skee-Ball. Well, Vyskee-Ball. I don't, Skee-Ball is an actual, I assume is a trademark term. Vyskee-Ball. I have a scoreboard and everything. I know, it totally doesn't look like it, but you know what? This is the most sufficient way to have, I don't want to get out of the build menu, but it's the most sufficient way to have, if you don't know what Skee-Ball is, It's everybody should know what it is. The arcade game, you roll the ball down the ramp. The only problem is when I first started doing this, I tried to like push the ball using like a mining laser and hit up a ramp, but the physics isn't the same. So it wouldn't launch with enough air to bounce in the cups, so to speak. So I ditched that idea. That idea has been ditched. Okay, I think I moved this in pretty close. I think it was right there. On these corners. Yep. Yeah, you know what I was thinking, you know, I'm going to do new build, you know, from scratch. And it's kind of like, well, I could do that, but this requires some techniques that I'd never used before. So that's why it's like, yeah, I should probably show this. Because it's an awkward. Okay. So yeah, that's just a tiny bit smaller than the rest of the buckets, which is good. So the other problem is the summing. What I mean by that is I think it's like doing 2-bit calculations or 2-segment, because we have a counter, so we can count up to 7, I believe. Hey dude, what's up? Inferno Blue. What's going on, buddy? Thanks for stopping out. We can count, but the problem is adding, right? So what I have working on PS4 is the scoreboard will display depending on where you get the ball and what points, but it will not keep track. So if you get like 50 and then 30, it won't display an 8. There might be like, what do they call it? Like half. So if you look at like actual circuits in real life, there's like full sum, half sum. I forget what the term. I am not an electrician or anything like that, but Selenian Ranger should be. He's trying. We've been trying to think of you building some kind of game court. We are building Vyskee-Ball. Vyskee-Ball, my friend. Oh my god, my frame rate is total potato when I do that. So what we're gonna do is launch. Hey bud, Telepath, what's going on? Thanks for stopping out again, man. We're doing Vyskee-Ball. Actually, let me show you. We can take a break here. I want to save because I don't want this to. I might cry a little bit if I didn't save, but okay. So this is, wow, my frame rate is just horrendous. I apologize for that. Spherification machine, where are you at? Spherification. I am normal mode too. I am not in creative right now. Damn, dude, that looks dope. Thanks, man. A lot of people are making some, like the golf was brilliant. And I didn't realize that the use of the scatter blaster, that would be like, oh wow. So here's the thing, we need this cup, but here's the problem. Check this out. As soon as you spawn the ball, look what it's doing. It like wants to roll around, but we need this lip. This lip right here is what gives it. Oh, I didn't delete that. That's okay. It's what gives it the lift to get the ball up. See, look at that, 50 points, boom. I'm usually not that good at this, but maybe because yesterday, yeah. So this is what we're doing. We're doing Vyskee-Ball, and there are floor switches under here. We're just trying to get the flag set up. Yes, first rule, building, save, save, save. I know. This is how dumb I am, man. I need dihydrogen. Like, how do I not have dihydrogen jelly? Maybe I do in my. You know what? Let me look at my. You know what also bugs the shit out of me? They need to be able to say, hey, I only want 10 from my inventory. That's pretty damn complex. Yeah, I know. I know. But hey, you know what? Build it and they will come. Anybody can come here and play. That's the point. Like I don't want 112 batteries. I want maybe 10 batteries. Don't give me 112 batteries. You know, like sure, like the stack sizes, I mean if I need ferrite dust, that's fine, but like I wasn't paying attention once and like literally just filled my whole inventory with batteries. I'm starting to wonder what your base looks like. How does the storage container work? Like the normal one? You just hook power up to it. It requires power. This is just my previous base base item cache. What that is. All the way around. Wait, it's under portable. Hey, there we go. I know that. Sentient Mirage, you need power. Why am I trying to center a damn save point? Who cares? Build cam. Okay. Now we're going to do the big circle. The big circle is poo-poo. I warn you all. It's it stinks. It's a butthead. But we have to commit. It's not that it's going to take long. It's just annoying. It only has 5 cargo slots. Yeah, unless you're PC. And then you can just save edit. Now, I don't recommend save editing. You know what? If you have under 500 hours in the game, suffer like the rest of us. What am I doing? I mean, I had like 800 or 900 before I started using the save editor. Then I went to PS4 and I didn't care. I had about 1100 when I went to PS4. And I was like, I'm going to dupe and I earned that right. I'm asking, how does the part work? Is it like storage container you can access from anywhere? What if you delete it? No, everything is persistent, man. So like, and it's attached to your freighter, right? So if you throw in a bunch of ferrite dust and you delete the storage container, it'll be persistent. It's just, you know, you build it again. Seem to be missing chat messages. Are you guys? Oh, you know what? This is, so if you're on YouTube, um, so I should have Restream embedded for chat. So telepath, these are messages coming from Twitch, but you should see both like on the actual stream. But let me know if you aren't. I'll have to check that. Can't really see anything missing here. Okay. Yeah, so Sentient Mirage and Inferno Blue are on Twitch. Ah, okay. No, I am. I can see chat on your stream, but not on my YouTube. Yeah, YouTube won't show you Twitch. Okay, here we go. This is cool. Like, I mean, I've been on YouTube a while. I mean, I'm totally new to Twitch, so like I said, I'm trying to figure all this out, restream and embedding and all that. I imagine you've built a Skybase on mobile. Not got my glasses. Yeah, I wear contacts. I understand your pain, buddy. I imagine you built a Skybase. So low orbit base I have built. A PvP arena called Hellfire, which I tore down because there's no way I'm rewiring that because that was before Beyond. So indeed I have. That sucked. That was a shame that I had to get rid of that. I'm not powering that. It'd be a pain in the ass, just like me trying to line this up, which doesn't really matter. But, you know, here we go. Maybe if I rotate it, it'll close. All right. So we have the final loop, swoop, and pull, gents. The loop-de-loop. Which, let me make sure that's right. So we're going to Yeah, that's right. So we're going to have to do a few angles here. There's no way I would be able to do this with the keyboard and mouse. That's why I use a controller on PC. Okay, we good? Yes. Now let's do our 90-degree. To the best of our ability, we'll do our 90-degree angles. So this one sucks because you have to kind of guesstimate where the center is. I mean, I can't really tell. I think it's close enough, but I'm going to have to use my imagination. Maybe I can back it out a little bit. World of pure imagination. All right. That's fine, I guess. Is this what I did before? Yeah, it had to be. Had to be what I did before. It just sucks because I can't I can't see. No Reiki. Okay. It's totally fine. We will make it happen. Of course, it's easier here because of the vantage point. But if it's off, it's off. I don't care. I can fix it after the stream if I want it to look perfect. Okay. So there are the beginnings of that. Now I'm going to try and get these fill in the gaps, which is painful. So what did I do before? I think what I did before was try and line up like the pegs. Let's see. This is yeah, I remember how much this sucked. I tried to do something like, as long as the light is somewhat center between that peg and that peg leg, you know what, that's fine. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's fine because I'm doing this by eye. Now what's fun is some of these line up right and some don't. Like that doesn't, that doesn't, that does. It's just interesting. Okay. Like I said, you can get all sorts of fancy cute, but all right, so I got back up and then go back. It's not easy to do straight down vantage point. Like that, maybe. Yeah, that's fine. It's fine. We're making progress. Oh, hold on. I think this is the same angle. Or close enough. Yeah, it's fine. What I'm basically doing here is I'm looking at the lamp, the center lamp, and then centering it with that right there and that right there. And then you can kind of look at the little legs also as somewhat of a, because there's really no easy way to do this. So you're going to have to use your skills. And if it's not perfect, I don't care. Is that the right angle over here? If it isn't, what? Yeah, I'll have to change that. Okay, well, let's go down here. I'll try and line it up. This one will be heinous, but I'm starting to just not care as much, you know? Oh, you know what? I guess I could look at that. That seems... That's fine. It's fine. It's not going to affect the physics of the ball too much. Yeah, that was fine. Because, I mean, if we look here, we're pretty much... I mean, it's more like a oblong circle, but... Does that work up here? No. It's totally good. We're going to run some wire next. Is that what I want to do? Yeah, we got to wire it up, but... Like I said, we can always go back and fix it. How did you make it angle like that? I'll go back and show you. It won't take too long. Using pavers and pyramids like the old school way. If you've never done glitch building before, this is probably all very confusing to you. Okay, let's save this via. Save. Okay. No, that's not what I wanted. We can get rid of this carefully, carefully, and carefully. And now I can get rid of that. I'm just trying to make sure that I actually have. That was just a cover up for, so I could reference the placement of the flags. That's all that was there for. I've seen glitch building before. Okay, good. Yeah, I went old school. Okay, so we have our floor switches. We are cooking with gas. Yeah, so to get the angle specifically was using a paver, but this looks like some next level. Actually, this is, well, the angle is tier 1 glitching. We have wire glitching, and then we have some weird re-glitch to match the angle, because that's the big thing, right? So if you look at that, to get those flags completely matching the angle of the floor like that is very difficult. So that's why I spent so much time with that little cozy nook to do what I did to make sure that all of those were 90 degrees relative to the flooring. That was painful to figure out. So I reverse glitched, right, from a paver over to a cylinder. And then all I did was got a pipe, got a pyramid. If you notice when you do that, the pyramid's right up on it, on the floor panel. And then did this. This is the angle that I needed. Oh, I have a build camera. Keep forgetting that. Come on. There we go. So that's the angle of the build. So then you can re-glitch paving and flooring that way. So that's how I did it. Right there. With these scan lines are just horrific though. Okay. Okay. Wiring. I think I want to build out some of this area over here. So I forget what the game is in darts where you have to hit like 3 times and bullseye 3 times and like 19 through 15 or whatever it is. Because I kind of wanted to do that as like a part of a mini game. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to have all of the score possibilities here. Let me show you what I mean. Let's get some light boxes. I'll show you guys a cool wire glitch trick. I see you building circles with the flags. Could you not use scalable circle light? No, because the circle light has a uh, collision boundary. So the ball would never go through it. Check it out. Where is this damn thing? Okay, so let's say I just did that and I scaled it. Place. See, look what I'm standing. Oh, I was on it, but there's a invisible boundary here. See? Which is cool because you can use that to make spherical builds, but the ball would not go through that. At least I hope it wouldn't, because then all that would be for naught. But I assumed it would not. If I can't go through it, the ball can't. Let's try it. Well, that was dumb. No, the ball doesn't. I know that for a fact, because actually, you know what I did? I was getting really mad. Like if I were to put this ball out here, without it falling, of course, which it just did, I was using this to hold the ball into place, but it was affecting the way it behaved. Invisible box. Yes, but it's actually spherical in nature, which is good because you can use that to glitch stuff. But I was trying to make a cozy ball pocket. Right, so if like I did that and then did something like that, and let's say I had a ball and I could put it in a ball. Okay, sorry about that. No. Get back here. You know what? I think it's that. See, look at that. Oh, well, it was doing it, but you can, I was trying to nestle it in this little, you can make like invisible nooks. But if it affected the trajectory of the ball, was the problem. So, yep. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Okay. So I was going to show you light boxes. Invisible box indeed. Yeah. Which is cool. So what's interesting is the rug is under it. So like if I were to put a rug here up top, that invisible sphere would be underneath in the room below. That's what we call rug glitching. Actually, I just thought of an idea. You could use this to totally stage these lights in a circular pattern. Then you'd have a whole bunch of circular invisible spheres in a 360-degree pattern. Kind of like that. You could totally see this stuff's endless. You just keep building and building on techniques. What am I doing? Light box. Are we doing light boxes? Yes, but we have to do a sound box first. And I'll tell you why. Because like the sound box will go places that the light box won't. Yeah, that's yeah. That was good. Sorry, I'm gonna try and get out of the way so that's not so blinding. I need that mod back because there was a mod I had like that would get rid of all the lens flare. Okay. But unfortunately, we have to redo it because it over distance it does get off a little bit. Does the collision work above and below the light? It so for these, you're talking about the ceiling light. The collision there is above the light, not below. It's above only. Like the rug is below, the circle light is just above. That is correct. Telepath. That looks swell. It's close enough. If people want to at me because it's not perfectly perpendicular with the floor, I don't care. They can go play a different game. You know, I mean, is it 100%? I mean, it's close enough. But I'm going to show you a cool trick that I found. You can use these lights to wire glitch in floor panels, but like guarantee that they're vertical and that they're straight. I think I need to back off that a little bit. That's the problem I have with the keyboard. Like if I were doing this with a keyboard, my left and right steps would be, they're just not as accurate. And I could rotate that, but actually, yeah, that's fine. Could you not build light upside down then? Sorry, no console to test myself. You could. And then it would be upside down. I'm just saying as far as the sphere is on top of the light. So if you put the light upside down, then the sphere is going to be basically upside down. That's how my sensitivity is super low. So I apologize. Actually, it's pretty high. I moved it up. Usually I have it at like 5 when I'm building. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, that glare is hideous. That's a little better. Yeah, it looks, I mean, this one's off like a tiny bit. It's good enough for me. Okay, let's get rid of that. Let's check this shiz out. We're going to get a floor panel that is see-through. We're going to wire glitch this sucker, right? So we're going to get to the hold L2. But look, it snaps automatically to the back side of these. So you'd never have to worry about manual alignment of where this is. It just snaps. And then you do the wire glitch. The reason you need to do this is because it'll stop the glare. But, oh, it is off a little bit. Maybe it does. Maybe it's not perfect. Maybe I'm just lying. Maybe I do need to try and actually center this. Well, I'll know for a fact if yep, I lied, folks. Oh, please don't tear everything else down. Okay, good. Disregard everything I led you to believe. You still need to center that sucker as much as you can on the light. Oh, that's sad. I thought I would have gotten excited and discovered something new, but I just lied. I'm a liar. Why is that? I was doing so good before. We were on track for greatness. But that greatness is gone. Okay. On console, I could have sworn maybe I was like subconsciously still actually. Or maybe I just, you know what? I bet you it won't let me. And look at the lights. They're not perfectly centered anyway. Well, that's sad. Oh, well. We'll get it. Yeah, because let me show you. I'm actually going to, let me run power, but I'll show you what I mean. Because you guys might be like, why the hell? What's the point of that? It is an anti-glare measure. Menu, dyslexia, power, EMG. There we go. These don't have to be perfect, but they sort of do. I mean, you kind of have to commit, you know, if you're rocking and trying to make sure everything else is straight and you have one thing that stands out as just being heinous, then you're truly not dedicated to your craft. And besides, you know, if you want to run straight power, I'm only doing 3 here. I probably only need 1, but you know, I didn't know how the hell this thing was going to work, so I started off with plenty of options. Cool. So we have our power. This is going to be slop, but just so you can see what I'm doing. Wow, I can totally blind the shit out of all of you. Oh, whoops. I missed that one. See, look at that. That sucks, right? Nobody wants to look at that. But when you have this glass in front, that's manageable. That is not manageable. So put the glass in front to stop the glare, because then here's what we're going to do. This is going to be 10, this is going to be our 100. Decoration. You know what also annoys the hell out of me is the decals are not showing up still. They need to show up, please. So 0. Oh, geez, that has to be... what did I do? I think I did that red. Yeah, there we go. So when you hit this, basically it'll remember that you've hit that score and it'll keep track of it here. Okay, and then 1. So when you hit 100, this will light up and it'll stay lit up until the remainder of the game, which is actually a lot more, that's off. It's a lot more difficult than you guys would think. Because you have to store the power, you have to like keep it lit until you hit a kill switch. So it's, I'm still working out that logic. That's fine. But yeah, that's how I'm gonna do this, so people aren't blind. Because that would be totally just obnoxious. And yeah, the flags are nice because they light up the board. And actually, that looks, that's fine. Sure, it's a lemon shaped, but I don't care. We're getting there, folks. We're saving. That's what we're doing right now. Okay, please don't. You know what I hate? Is I have to get in really uncomfortable angles, because what's going to happen is the game is going to respawn me up here, so it's going to suck. I'll show you what I mean. Like if I had something here, see? It'll respawn me right up. It's like that stupid like protection that they introduced, which I don't like. Okay, 1 second. I'm a little parched. Okay. So what are we doing? Are we wiring? Are we ready for power? I think we have some more lights on here, but... Oh, and the other thing I do have to put... We can do that later, but sometimes the ball will get stuck here and just sit, so I have to put a pyramid here. It'll stop the ball from getting stuck up here. I haven't hit any other scenarios, though. Except for one. So there's one scenario we actually do have to do now. We'll do it now before we forget. Oh, I got to get rid of that ball. So the problem with this... All right, come on, get out of here. Thank you. The problem is the ball will come down and it'll actually roll up a little bit. So it'll actually... The score of 10 will like turn off and then turn back on when the ball rolls back. So what I did was I messed around a little bit yesterday, but I think it's here. I'm going to put this just right in the center so it'll stop the ball from like crossing over. So it'll still activate. You know, I should probably run the power first, but that way the ball won't, it'll just stay. It won't roll and then cause it to flash. I know it looks crazy, but I don't care. It works. Cool. Oh, and then I want to, yeah, I should change the color. What did I do? I think I did. Yeah, the brown is just ugly to me. I could do red. And then I need to change the floor panel colors. I can do that later. Just don't hit the delete button, Kibbles. Don't do it. That would be means for crying. Okay. So the logic piece is going, oh God. That frame rate is just horrific. I apologize. We're going faster than I thought we would on this build. So I'm trying to think. See, that's weird. That might be my controller. I don't know. I still have some more light boxes to put. I'm trying to think because I was going to split this up into 2 parts. I don't know if I want to do wiring as its own thing. Maybe we could start. So here's the problem. Running the wires is going to be tedious. I don't want to bore you guys with that. It's like extremely tedious because we have to run 27 wires up here. Now the logic piece, definitely want to save for the stream. So I don't know. All right, let me save. Again, I don't know why it does that. Sorry about that. You gonna let me get down here without respawning me? Probably not, let me guess. Oh, thank God. Okay. Okay. We're getting somewhere. So, let's see here. Found my first ocean world. Just unlocked me my first exocraft. Awesome, dude. So you're probably seeing stuff that's like, wait a minute, this is in game? Technically, no. This is not. This is all just a bunch of crazy stuff to get a ski ball. Let's take a look at the back here. So that's the back. We can run some wiring. Feels like Subnautica. Yeah. So, well, that's odd. Now my frame rate's okay. Interesting. I don't know why it wouldn't be. Okay. Okay. So what I think I have to do, I need to count. How did I do the scoreboard before? I was thinking of moving it because it's a little hard to see in the sunlight. I'll show you maybe I'll show you what I mean. I don't know. You're on the other screen? Am I really? Oh, are you seeing my restream? Well, that's dumb. What the hell is going on here? Hold on a second. That's probably why this thing's acting up. I'll keep you on here. I just got to figure this out. Let me check my stream here. 1 second. Stupid thing. You're seeing 2 monitors? Well, I hope not. Why are you, what is going on here? Hold on 1 second. Bear with me. You should only see one. Maybe you're just confusing me. Hold on. Oh, is it black? You guys getting a black screen right now? Hold on, we'll fix this. No, it looks fine, right? Hold on a minute. Let's see if we're back. That's really odd. Oh, nothing wrong with yours. I'm just saying I'm multitasking. Okay. I got you, buddy. Okay. Yeah, who knows? My computer's been weird lately, so I apologize. I'm just trying to make sure that everything is hunky dory here. Okay. Okay, I think we're okay then. Yeah. All right. Here we go. Let's go back. YouTube is okay. Thanks all. Appreciate it. Let me get my restream back. Okay. Be happy, happy. Yeah, we're back. Oh, whoa, that's weird. Does it keep blacking in and out? Okay. Dude, you're on PC and streaming. That's grand enough. All right. Word. Yeah, on my 1060. No less. It was weird. I had a different like my Streamlabs. I'm still figuring this crap out, man. I had like studio view, but then like I couldn't really see what I was looking at, right? And I don't know if this if seeing my own video is slowing the frame rate down a little bit. So that's what I'm gonna try and do is get out of that. So you'll probably see a black screen for a second. Give me 1 minute. And there we go. Okay. Oh, one more. I really should have like 3 monitors, but I don't. This is jank. I'm in like a lazy boy. Now my mic is decent. I've got a, what do I have here? AKG P420. It's just, I need to get a better rig. Okay, so do we want to let's run some basic power. Basic power. Yeah, the only reason I got scared because I tried to check my stream on Twitch on my phone. It was like black. I'm like, oh no. I've always been paranoid about that kind of stuff. Okay. So power, we can all run these together. Run these together. This is gonna be kind of my exit point. I'm old, always behind on PC Master Race. That's because I use my PCs for to the breaking point. I have things like Grid and Resident Evil 5 running on a GeForce 6800. Oof. Wow. That's fun. Okay, I am just using the this line here to get that wire comfortable. I'm a master of software tweaking and overclocking. I don't mess with any of that overclock crap, to be honest. I'm not calling it crap. I'm just saying I don't mess with it. And on PC, I don't really game that much. Only because I'm poor. That's hilarious. Yeah, I don't. I mean, and what I did game wasn't that intensive before. I was like a Quake junkie, so Quake Live, Quake 3, Quake Champions a little bit. I haven't really gotten in. Oh, do we need this? I think we do. I didn't really get into Champions that much, though. Sold all my consoles that emulate them better than the real hardware on emulators. So what's funny is I actually had a Switch emulator. I forget what that was, because like before I bought a Switch, like I had to play Breath of the Wild. That sucked to try and figure that out because it was like on a Wii, I think, emulator, and then like it was all sorts of weird. Like it did not work 100%. It's one of my favorite games. And Breath of the Wild 2 is coming out. Wait, why am I over here? I am stupid. Am I doing the wrong side? CMU, that's it. Yep. 1080p. So, I mean, the frame rate was okay, but the problem was is certain things did not work right. Like when I was doing Trial of the Sword, for example, like it would crash like the last level of hard, like the hard trials, it would crash every time. And I got so mad because I couldn't finish. And like the game would, something would happen and it would crash. And I was just like, because you guys, anybody that knows the Trial of the Sword knows how rage inducing that last part is. I mean, it is absolute. It was crushing. I literally got to the last level of that. With how? Why? Come on. Oh, do I? Oh, there's nothing attached to that nipple right there. Improvements all the time. I've been doing emulators since Z. Yeah, ZSNES and DOS. Wow. Yeah, Trial of the Sword sucked. Actually, I think the beginner, like the early easy trials, were the hardest, except for the last level where you have the Guardian, you have a Lionel, and then like, yeah, it sucked. Sorry for all those folks that aren't Zelda fans. Breath of the Wild 2, though, looks amazing. Okay, we're running power. This is on the left. So I'm daisy chaining. That's what I meant to do. So the right is where I'm going to have the outputs that are going to tell the logic system to keep score. Well, not keep score, but basically display it. With CMU and PS3 emulators have come. Oh, yes, they have. Okay. So the reason I'm running that there because I need to run these side 100 score bits. I need to run power to those. PSX emulators now have GTE hack geometry enhancements. Basically, you get a PS1 looking like N64. I don't know what that means. The only N60, yeah, I was an N64 fan, obviously. Ocarina of Time. But yeah, I'm in my 30s. That's N64 was my jam. So was Mario Paint on Super Nintendo. The music editor and the fly swatter, if you all remember the fly swatting game. Mario Paint had a mouse. They had a Super Nintendo mouse. So I'm going left, yeah. I'm UK, all Sega and Commodore, yeah. I had a Saturn because like I couldn't like everyone else had N64 and I had like the not the Saturn. What was is it the Saturn? The one that had the discs that was like trying to be N64? Yeah, it was the Saturn. It had Daytona 500 and like that was the only good game. Deluxe Paint on Amiga is where I learned how to make pixel art animation for the first time. Gotcha. Okay. I hated the Saturn, no offense. It had terrible games in my opinion, man. Just my opinion. Okay, so I need to run power. We're gonna run power off this central point. I need to run power on my scaffolding, so I need to extend my floor panels out. Let's see. Let's save. Or, oh, you know what? I know what I did. Okay. I don't need flooring here. I need flooring below because that's where I'm going to run all my logic out of. Oh, that's the Donkey Kong theme. Another one of my favorites, Donkey Kong Country. My jam. They need to hurry up with Cyberpunk. I would be taking a No Man's Sky break when that comes out. Just letting y'all know. Okay, so we're going to run our temporary. This is how we can get all our wires and everything over to the sucker. That way we're not even hitting the localization limit whatsoever. So we keep this stuff spread out. Problem is Saturn's during its peak, most of the titles only released in Japan. PS1 didn't charge licenses, did 3D better. 200 quid cheaper. Yeah. Okay. So let's get rid of this top thing. This seems really... Wait, am I doing... I'm doing this right. Oh, you know what? I still need both because I need a platform to... Oops. I need a platform to get my score. But I don't know... Because if anybody has seen... Oh, don't do that. If anybody has seen... on Twitter, I had a little demonstration, but in the daylight, it's kind of hard to see because of the glare. It's kind of hard to see the score. It's the problem. So I don't know if I want to move it like halfway point. Me and brother had our PS1 versus Saturn Wars back in the day. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so here's what I did before. The problem is I'm trying to remember how many floor panels it took to get up there. Because I basically ran at 90 degrees to the center. Well, what I call the center. I'll be able to figure it out. And just run temporary walls up. That might be too far back. Let's see. Yeah, I think I need to go forward one more. I think I need to start it here. You'll see why. So I'm going to have a base of paneling down here that'll terminate. And then we'll run everything straight so it looks clean up here. And then we can distribute the wiring and make it, we don't have to worry about it making it look so pretty underneath. That way you're just not looking at spaghetti all the time when you're playing. It's really hard to keep organized wiring if you don't know exactly how you're doing it. How are we doing? Did I delete? Okay. Sorry, folks. I think I have a video. I literally went on PS4 and I took a huge, long video and measured all this stuff out. Oh, you know what? I know why I'm dumb. Because I want it to be, I'm anal retentive though. It's like in the same, everything is in the same spot. No, I am even more dumb. That's where I want it. I want everything to be in the same spot between platforms. Be no difference. So anybody playing on PC has the same exact experience as on console, except I'm not on Xbox, and there's no way in hell I'm doing triple platform on this game. I don't own an Xbox anyway, so yeah, that's right. Hell, I didn't own console before. I actually think I bought a PS4. Well, PS4 was given to me by my friend because it was half broken. I was like, yeah, fine. I'll play it. And I was like, wow, everyone on No Man's Sky that I know is on console, and they all get together and play online. As for a while, PC was super dead when it came to like players, especially, you know, meeting up online and stuff like that, seemed dead. It's gotten a lot more traction now, though. Yeah, I think that's right. We can run some power. I've got the power. If it's not right, I will fix it on my own. Okay, so we're going to terminate. Come on. We're going to use this as our marker. Yep. Dang. Okay. Oh, you know what? I can't reach that from there, so I'm going to have to walk it. Walking slowly. Okay. And, oh, you son of a bitch. Can I get to the... Oh, you know what? I'll probably have to meet at the halfway point so I can use my build cam. Okay, there we go. Slow spin. Slow. Are you going to reach? Yes. Okay. I even memorized how far this pokes into the wall. Why not put a floor panel and hide those wires, mate? Morning to ER. Because I don't want to run... welcome to the stream, buddy. These are temporary. I don't want it to eat up my base complexity. These are all temporary. And so is the wall. The only thing that's just having a smoke and coffee break. Unless my wrist aches from too much mining. Are you sure it's from mining, buddy? Just kidding. But ER, thanks for stopping out, man. I still have to visit your new solo build. I'm excited to see. Oh, see, there it goes. It just spawned me right back. Ow. Okay. Where am I at here? All right, hold on 1 second. Okay, gotcha. Mining, and mining. Yeah. Okay, so more wiring. It doesn't matter. They give you 80 million options to get wiring. Oh, okay. All right, let's see. That's fine. I'm not as concerned here. Sorry, been lurking and building. Yeah, no, hey, I'm just appreciative you're still around, buddy. I appreciate you stopping out regardless. I have to mine under Poison Ocean. Which makes it annoying getting the stuff to make a submarine thing. I see. Okay, so we have power to these. So it's a start. Let me save. If it'll let me jump down here, I bet you it won't. No, it will. Okay. Oh, my save point's up here. All right, let's see. That's my first power. I don't think I need to run as much power as I did before, but I'm going to need to run all these inputs. That's kind of why I was like, as we're making good progress, but that's going to be boring as shit to do all of that. For all of you guys. I guess I could finish this. Why is the chat split? Not sure what you mean, man. You talking about the embedded chat? Had to take a break. Placing gas harvesters and resource depots have driven my OCD into overdrive. I'm sure, man. So I don't know what you mean, sentient. I have Restream chat embedded on the actual stream. Yes, because I also have people commenting on YouTube, and I don't. Can you get YouTube comments on Twitch? I don't think you can. That's why I have on the actual stream itself. I have Restream, and that's why I also am reading off the comments in case people from different platforms, so they can hear it. I have to squint to read the full chat. Well, I try to get an opinion from folks whether they like to see embedded chat in the stream. And you know, some people like it, some people don't. So, and I don't want to make the window too big because you know I'm building, right? So there's little nuances. I don't want to cover it up. So I'm not going to give out build locales until we got some better build fixes in. And I'm studying your diagrams, thinking, planning. I mastered blinking lights, close on auto switches. Yeah, so my diagrams are the only one that isn't is the score keeping, which I might go back to, but that is all Selenian Ranger. Dude is insane. Oh, I had it, you stupid fun person. You know, what's funny is as soon as like the important folks show up, that's when I am completely just failing at life. So ER, what's interesting is I thought it just like auto snapped, but it doesn't. Like I thought if I were to like wire glitch because it's snapping to the back of the light boxes that it would just be like, hey, whatever, and just be perfect every time, but it does not do that, sadly. That's close enough. It's just so we don't blind people, but that we'll fix that later. It's gonna drive me nuts. Okay, so then we have to build the lights back up top. Go into your font size and restream and enlarge it. Okay. Or change the font color to show it better on the screen. Will do. I appreciate the tips, man. I said this is my third, fourth time streaming. Good advice. Appreciate it. So you need to scale it up. Got it. And re-embed it, I think. Okay. Okay, so we have our lights. I obviously need to get power too. I mean, they're not perfect. Let's think here. I could run power. It's going to be slow. I'll do one side. Just to get some inputs in so we can start seeing some stuff. I'll do one side. No worries, bro. I'm always adjusting OBS settings. Pwn stream, welcome, buddy. Thanks for hopping on. And yeah, Sword, God, I was so like just like blah, what the hell does any of this mean? I don't understand. Like, what is restream? Like, wait, am I too many things down? Watch this whole time. Which is okay because, well, no, it's not okay. I should only be 3 down, not 4 down. You mother effer. Well, for now, I'll fix it later. Okay, so what am I doing? I'm going to run some inputs for wiring. I screwed up and disconnected my restream on the last stream. Well, I was nervous. I thought like there was something going on with my stream. Usually I have it, but I didn't have it because this morning there's a bunch of storms and shit. I was just a discombobulated mess today. And so I thought there was something up with the stream, and then I think it was like a false alarm, but okay, let's back it up. My computer's barely hangs on, I think. Well, I mean, the computer itself is fine, but my graphics card, I should probably. Okay, that's good. Oh, wait, we can't run. We are not running. We will do our temporary staging this way. Move it over until it no longer snaps while keeping the cursor. And that's fine. And then we'll start on this side. Just baby taps. Baby taps. Okay, good. Like I said, all this stuff that's down here will get deleted. This is just to get the stuff evenly spaced. Then we can make it look like shit behind it. Okay, good. Good. Okay. Come on. It's always I mean, the build cam's great, but it can be a bit tedious. I also, hold on, 750 Ti super clock date chips. The only way I am getting away with running Resident Evil 2 and 900p. Oh, jeez. I also use auto switches in between long runs of wire to space evenly and not lose the wire. Interesting. Interesting technique, ER. Yeah, so auto switches I have better luck with. Like if you delete an auto switch, it's not gonna like completely just turn your life into misery. But like inverters, power inverters, if you remove one of those, or like any wire connected to a power inverter, oh geez. It's I mean it like rips apart half of it. We should have 9. Should be able to fit 9 evenly spaced. I think it's because I'm farther away. But that should be, let's see, what do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9. We have 9. Oh, right. I can't. I have to move my body. Whoa. Sorry about that. I don't know why I get interrupts. Something like interrupts my, like, I don't know if there's some application or something. It'll, like, interrupt my screen. It'll, like, black out. Oh my god, that frame rate's potato. Sorry about that. It's weird. I have to figure that out. I think it's my stupid MSI board with all the USB problems I have. Oh, I didn't add. I am so organized. Okay. Oh, you might as well add these panels. Not down there. Let's add our wall. I have the plan of detail on medium too, otherwise the worlds are just flat and boring. I used to mod, like if streaming, no way. If I'm not streaming, sure I can crank it up a bit, but I used to have like draw distance enhancement or photo mode, unlimited photo mode radius and all that stuff, but it crushes your frame rate. And poor console players get jealous, which is partly me. I'm mixed. Oh, frame rate, come on. Okay, so I know that it needs to go. If I move my cursor down, there we go. And right till I see the two nubbies. Just the two nubbies. It's right there. Yeah, that's OCD for you folks. But it is what it is. Okay, so this one's a little harder to straighten out. I guess I could put a floor panel here, but I just don't care as much. Put the cursor right on the edge. That's not 100%. That's close enough. I'm doing that by eye. God, these scan lines are insane. Okay. So yeah, this is why I didn't want to do this, because I knew it was going to be like 10 FPS rotation of the camera. But it'll at least show you how I'm running these wires. It needs to be on the right. You know how many times I like crisscross these like that? Because like from far distance, you don't really know. I've done that many a time. Okay, so over until it is not snapped. Got to move in a little bit. Let's do it again. That's fine. Straight enough. And it's good. Yeah, that's fine. All these floor panels are going to get moved. Also tip, use the long white decals and measuring guide. Interesting. I effing hate decals, ER, because I can't see where I'm putting them. I hate decals more. Well, I don't know. I really hate them right now, man. I try not to use them until Hello Games actually fixes. If I can't see where I'm putting it and it's just a ghosted image, then yeah, I don't want to even deal with it. But that is a smart idea. Oh, I'm at the edge of my build. Oh, you son of a bitch. Of course I am. Well, the level of care that I'll have to move up a little bit. Yeah, wait until like the second part, once you see how much crap I'm going to have in that other room. That's the only reason probably why I am able to get away with as much as I am. Because they're actually reversed. Usually I do these kind of things on PC and then pray to God it works on PS4, but this time I have it working on PS4 and now I'm replicating to PC. But I was surprised. I was real nervous that I was going to hit the limit. I did not. I build my second base. Can I just delete my starter base? It's a rubbish wooden box. I mean, sure. You don't have to keep your starter base. Yeah, so this is... So again, this side... Oh, that was terrible. Okay, well, that's smooth. Anyway, on this side, the floor switches are going to be hooked up. And the floor switches are going to provide power over here. See, I don't want to do too much of this because I'm too low. I didn't realize I need to go up one. This should only be 3 high. So that's unfortunate. But that being said, the floor switch is going to light this up. How did you get free cam? Not sure what you mean by that, man. Talking about photo mode? I don't know if that's what you're talking about. But ER, if you're still on here, this is what sucked the most. I don't know how long you've been on here, but getting the flags at 90-degree angle to actually match the angle of what the flooring is at was horrific. But ended up turning out nice. But that's the worst part of this build are the flags. And of course this big round circle that looks like a football. But it's close enough. Okay. Maybe I should run, I don't want to run too much power, but let's hook something up. Let's hook a floor switch up. That frame rate. That frame rate is terrible. Actually, I want to run my... it's photo mode, or potato mode as I call it, but yes. Okay. Again, just use that line in the floor. It's fine. Now I want to keep it consistent, but for purposes right now, I don't care as much. So we'll say that's 1, and then we'll do a 20. So I think the 21 is right here. That's 20. Repeat. Did you use the invisible sphere around the circles? No, I did not. That is all manual alignment. Oh God, we are getting tight. That is using the floor panels, ER, and rotating the flags. Actually, I will show you that. Wait, where am I going? Hold on. Or you can watch my stream. I literally had to make a nook. See, this is why, yeah, the wiring and the build cam on that is just terrible. I think we got the 20 and the 110 and the 20. I literally had to put a wall and a ceiling so I could like wedge myself, basically, so I had always been in the same spot. And then I took a flag. So I had a consistent spot where I knew that if I got the flag out, I could always increase the size of the flag because the top would go in the same spot. And then I knew that if I rotated it to where that pole intersected the line in the floor, and then when I did the angle ones, I'd put it right there, and it'd actually line up the angle with the lines in these corner metal floor panels like that. That's how I did it. See? I know, I got you, man. You're my brother from another mother, so ER has to put up with me on a daily basis. So I wanted to give him a little bit of special treatment to make him feel special, because he likes that. Smart. Yeah, necessary. I was getting mad because like I would exit the menu and I would totally forget that, oh, your scaling is gone, and I'd be like, son of a bitch. There's got to be an easier way where I can go back in case I like hit the wrong thing. And sure enough, that's what I had to do. So I had something repeatable. Okay, so we have 3 things. So let me show you what's going to happen here. Oh, come on, frame rate, stay with it. I don't know. I think this new experimental is crap. Either that or this planet is just lush. It's not this bad on PS4. Maybe because I'm streaming. It's much smoother on PS4, but I don't know why. So let's switch to our scatter. Okay. So you see that wire, it's going to light up. Okay, that wire is going to provide input. We can actually delete these little tails. Actually, I need to keep those because we don't have anything attached yet. I can delete this one. Right? This power is going to go, it's basically going to mimic his circuit. Floors, like if you look at Selenium Ranger has the circuit that displays on the scoreboard, which I'll do a part 2 of here, but that's going to mimic like you flipping on an actual switch, like a wall switch, to say, hey, this is a 1, because the 0 is always going to be lit because we have a 3-section scoreboard over here, so the 0 is always going to show. Actually, I lied because I changed that to only show anything on the scoreboard if nothing has power, which is absolutely heinous because it requires power inverters for It requires 9 power inverters, and then you have to use auto switches to compare each one of those to each other to say, hey, none of this is lit up. So if it's lit up, then we'll actually do some calculations. Otherwise, don't display anything. It sucks. And Selenium Ranger, if you watch this video, would probably laugh at me and say, oh, you can do it. This flip jack, triple flip flop, whatever circuit that he does, which I understand at a very elementary level. I don't know. His circuits are absolutely insanity, but it got the scoreboard working. I will make sure to post a link to all of his stuff. He's also working on a big Wikipedia page and a video on his circuits, but he actually, I mean, they are the way they are because he mimicked. Gotta fly. Have a good rest of the stream. I'll catch replay. Hey, thanks for stopping out again, man. You have a good rest of your weekend. He mimicked actual circuits in real life to a No Man's Sky equivalent, but what we need is diodes. That's the that's the bulk of our problem here, folks, is that you have to prevent feedback. What I mean by that is power wants to feed back through the circuit. So either use one-way circuits. You can check Zane's video on, he has like a 30 tips on building, and he shows, whoa, see, that's exactly why I have this glass panel, because it is just awful. Just like this frame rate. To stop power, Sam Powell, hey man, thanks for stopping out. The Ranger guy has a base on New Lennon full of circuits. It's cool to check out. Yes, he does. He actually gave me his base save. So I used the save editor and actually loaded it to my own save so I could see it. So if I were to spawn this ball, that turns off. But the only problem is how do you keep it persistent? I think we'll have to use a relay to store some of that energy, or else it'll just turn off, and I don't want it to be permanent. So it'll light up. Normally I'm not this good at this game. I'm actually pretty terrible, but color lights, gray or black, and they're less harsh. ER. All right. I apologize for the... Am I deleting? See, this is, I completely forgot that you have to be careful, because as soon as you switch from a light, it defaults to the damn delete option. See how it switched there? So sorry, I know I'm blinding all of you folks. Why is that why is that blue? Am I on? Oh, see, yeah. We'll do that later, ER, but I don't know why that's blue. I don't know. I don't know why it's blue. See, here's the problem. See, as soon as I reset this, okay, maybe we can actually figure this out now. It loses power, but we don't want it to until the end of the game. So we can do a repeater circuit. Oh, that was horrible. To store power, or we could use a battery to store the power to keep this lit till the end of the round. So I wanted to have that as an option where you have to hit all of the buckets, and then any that you don't takes away from your score. So you have a score of like a max score of 6. So if you hit something once, then this will light up and it won't count again if you hit it again. It's kind of like darts kind of thing. I don't know. But in order to store that battery, we have to store the juice. We have to make a relay. And I will show you what I mean. Well, I mean, I've done it on my last stream, but I don't know if it's going to be long enough. I'd have to have a ton of auto switches. I'd have to maybe use a battery. Maybe I use a battery. I have to think about that. Do I use a battery? Do I use a relay? But to stop, just to show you guys a very critical and important circuit. If you don't want power to feed back, let me show you an example. Let me run some power here. Give me 1 second. I learned this from Zane, by the way. I always throw his name out because he does a lot of work and effort in his videos, and they're amazing. I would not be here if it weren't for him. Okay, this will be our core power. That's close enough. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to get a light. Actually, I'm going to get a wall switch to start. There's only one problem, and I'll show you the problem here after I get this set up. This will be a real quick example. I got 2 switches, right? And then I'm going to have a light. Wrong menu. Menu dyslexia. I'm trying to think of actually, how do I want to do this? So we need 2 auto switches. That's what we need. Okay. So the light is going to go there. I guess we could do something like that. That's fine. Okay, so let's get some power. Obviously need to power the wall switch. We'll do it like this. Okay, so if this is on, what we need to do is we need to connect these auto switches. Do we connect it that way, or do we connect it? I'm trying to visualize in my mind. So auto switch, 2 inputs have to have power to output power. I think I need to do it the other way. Let me take a look at my diagrams here. So the reason I say this, and I always have to think about this for how I want to lay this out. Did not mean to do that. To make it easier. Because we want the outs to connect to each other. Outs need to connect to each other. There we go. Okay. So we're going to have a light. Now I could put my light. I'll just throw it anywhere if I knew my own build menu. Light, that's fine, light. Okay, so if I hook up power to this sucker, obviously we have power, sweet. Now, the problem is let's say I hook up power here. Okay, and let's say I had something simple, like these were connected, right? Doesn't matter. I mean, if I turn that off, it's not going to stop power from feeding back at all because it's getting power from this light. So in order to fix that, we're going to output the power from the light to both input and the modifier, right? And we're going to connect the output to this switch. And you'll see what I mean here in a second. And then we're going to repeat on this side, so check it out. Okay, let me get some sun so you guys can see what I'm doing here. So on this left auto switch, as you know with an auto switch, 2 have to have power to output power. So the reason this isn't feeding back is because we have 2 inputs over here that don't have power. So only one, sorry, if these both had power, that would light up the light, but they don't. So that's why you duplicate. Now, if I were to turn this off, right, and turn this on, it's the other way around because this is not lighting up the light. So only one is getting power, not both. And that's how you can stop feedback and control individual lights. Except for that problem. You see what the problem is right there? Now he explained it to me where if you try to cut power, it doesn't cut power here because it still has power on the control input. So it's still, You have to literally, and that's something, yeah, that's why you need like a diode. We need diodes in this. That's so weird. Well, in theory, that's how you do it. I turn that off, but see, it gets broken. That's the only problem. Anyway, a little bit of a tangent there, but that's in theory how you're supposed to do it. So, let's see here. Okay. I don't know how long you guys have been on the stream. I did show some circuitry of Selenium Rangers circuitry earlier, but I kind of want to save the wiring for part 2. I'm trying to think. Maybe we can do some battery testing here. I don't want to do too much down here because I'm going to have to fix all this. But if I get a battery, let's get a battery. No, wrong menu. That is a reactor. I want a battery. Okay, and here's the thing. If I hook the battery up to this and get rid of that, hopefully I didn't delete all the wiring, because it's going to charge this battery. We need something to drain the battery, though. That's the problem, right? So it won't ever drain. We need something powerful enough to drain it. So I get my scatter blaster out. Oh, you know what? That's the only problem. You have to reload away from that. Oh, that was a horrible shot attempt. Oh, that wasn't any better. See, now this... Okay, we gotta wait for the ball to do its stupid thing. That's right. Wow. Why is... There we go. Okay. And we'll wait for it to go all the way down. And it's going to light that up. Right? It was supposed to light that up. What's going on here? Is that not a... Did I... Oh, I hooked it up to the wrong thing, folks. That's how smart I am. Okay, so let's check this battery out. It's storing a ton of power until I cut it. Right? So let's pretend we're going to do a reset. Right? So we've reset. There's nothing on the power switch, but there's a problem. I need steps. Oh, it's slowly draining. What about pressure switch in front of the ball that the player stands on to keep the power flowing? I guess you could, but here's the problem, ER. I thought about that, and I don't want to restrict somebody to a single spot. Because some shots, it's better to stand further away. Like if I do that, and let's say I want to get a certain point value, but if I get all up cozy, like up on it, I mean, you can get different results, and it depends how much bullet wise you have left. But see, like, it all depends how far back you are. So unless I do multiple, but the problem is it would have to be consistent unless I did floor panels, floor switches for all of this stuff. That's not a bad idea, man. I need to make a quick bio break, my friends. I will be back in like 1 minute. Got it. Spitballing here. No, I appreciate it. Actually, I might try that. I'll credit you. Or maybe have you join my PS4 save. Let's try it out. 1 second, John. All right. Oh, you guys are going to laugh. I almost smacked my mic, knocked it over. I'll have to take a picture of how jank my setup is. I literally got a lazy boy. I got a good mic, but I got a lazy boy. This thing is like, I finally got a decent boom mic stand, but the problem is, no, it's not decent. It was $20 from China. That's probably why. It was like Micro Center was, not Micro Center, but Guitar Center. Like $100 for one of these things. So I was like, I'll get the cheap version. And yeah, it's not sweet. So I think I have to get the $100 version. Anyway, ER, I'm gonna think about this. I think I'm gonna take your idea. Let's do it. I have so many cords everywhere. Okay, let's try ER's idea. Floor switches. Yeah, because I want to light that up. I want to keep that lit until the end of the match. It's depleted. Oh, that wasn't terrible. Okay. I out in a minute. Got family stuff today. Sorry. At least my wife thinks you're cool. She's heard Kate in the background often and thinks you two are a riot. Oh, thanks. Well, I appreciate you stopping out, man. I really do. It's always appreciated. Yeah, my wife calls all you guys my space friends. You should feel humbled. Okay. What we're going to try his idea. ER method of, or proximity sensor. That might be a better idea. The only thing is you just have to do the hokey pokey and turn yourself around when you want the match to reset, or I have a reset button. I almost like your idea better because the proximity sensor picks up way too much, in my opinion. Unless I glitch it under here, and I'd have to have a whole bunch. But yeah, that should keep it, all of these lit. I like throw it on there, but it'll get in the way. Maybe. Here's me. I think what I'd have to do though is I would have to do this underneath. I'd have to do it underneath. I would want to do it underneath. I'll correct myself. Otherwise, it would look like poo-poo. And don't want that to be a thing. So let's see. I think I need a two. Do I need a twofer? I don't think I need a twofer. I think I can get away with a one-fer. So you should be able to put a floor panel above this and still trigger it. Let's see. Menu, dyslexia. Wait a minute. Yeah, tech. There we go. Jesus. I should be able to throw a floor panel above this. Of course, it won't fit there natively. I'll have to wire glitch it. Let me do that. And oh wait, it'll green state anywhere else, just not on something like a floor panel, because that makes sense. And of course, see, it wants to default for some reason there. It wants to default not to be straight. Don't know why. No probs. I noticed Sentinels set the force switch off when they fly over them. Really? Oh, that looks like poo. Oh, what? It doesn't matter. Interesting find, ER. You can almost set up traps. That is interesting. My brain is firing now. Oh, it does need to be lower, doesn't it? It needs to be at too deep. Does it have to be too deep? Or do I frontage? Come on. Let's try and tier 1 this thing. Oh my god, why am I so terrible at tier 1ing now on Beyond? Okay, so we can totally use the frontage technique. Oh, and you can see the light. Okay, so that's lit up. So that'll keep the lights on, but the problem is we would have to do it for all of these. Well, screw it. That's what we're here for, right? So let's knock it out. Yeah, so you can set a perimeter on high sentinel planets. Really? That's smart. Or you could play like sentinel volleyball or something. I think John Hall was talking about he does like blobby vol. So like if you like use like the dismembered parts of like a blobby. Well, he calls them blobbies or anything like animals. Play volleyball with them. I thought that was absolutely incredible. And I definitely want to play blobby ball. This is just morbid and heinous, just like my soul, so I got a good chuckle out of that. Come on. There we go. Oh, that's probably why my frame rate kills when I do this stuff, is because I have my sensitivity so low. That's fine. Now I get to remove. Well, I have to keep some flooring, but we can. Oh, this is gonna suck. Yep. Actually, no. I mean, we've opened it up, right? So it shouldn't be bad. If it'll actually let me. Like, that should just work. Okay, that just works. Like, why do you got to be difficult? Here's the problem that I need to make sure that there's no gap. The only time I could see a gap, like that's green. That's green. I would hate for there to be a gap. Because then, oh, it would have to remember though. That's the problem. If you're still on here, ER. Unless I use that as the output, I'd have to do a separate circuit, right? Because let's say this lost power. How would it remember what you had hit? Because the ball's not going to be on there anymore. So I'd have to circuit that up. I have to think about that. Is there a point where I'm not going to get power in any of these? Right there. I'm in a dead zone right there. Unless we say F it. And just, yeah, I'll have to think about this because, oh, you're just going to let me greens. Oh, see, that would be perfect right there. Then we'd have guarantee. But I guarantee you that we would have to have a whole other room full of logic to get this to work. Unless I just say, hey, Cena, Selenian Ranger, figure it out. And it'll take them 2 seconds and make me look like a child, which is totally fine by me. I am waiting on the wife's makeup. You know, I like my women like I like my oatmeal, ready in under 2 minutes. Nice. I was waiting for a more heinous comment than that. So that could work. This is just good. I like your idea, ER, but we have to. We would just. I need to think. I think I blib dib dib derp. Uh, maybe a... Okay. But yeah, so here's the problem. You're going to have to stack all of these unless we did... Maybe proximities would be better. I think proximities are going to be better. Unless I got them closer together. But then I'm eating up space. I'm eating up resources. And I mean, I'm going to have a lot down here, guys. I mean, once I do part 2, you're going to see how many auto switches and shit. I might have to... But here's the other problem. And excuse my rambling. This is how I work through problems is... Let me think. I've got... Where would I put them? I'd have to have a ceiling here, which would require more resources and the possibility of hitting a limit. Right? So, actually, let me see something here. We're going to actually take a look at one of his... Let's take a look at one of his circuits. Shall we? I'm going to monitor my stream just to make sure that you guys can actually see. See, it won't like let me minimize. Hold on, let me pull up something. Where is it? Give me 1 second. Throw it up here. Okay. This is his wiring diagram. Well, I made it, but it's his circuit. And so that's a little too zoomed in. Let me try and back it out a little bit. Because this is what we're going to be doing underneath that. We're going to be doing this underneath where you're standing. So as you can see, there's a lot going on here. Okay. And instead of wall switches, that's going to be coming from the actual, and we're not going to use all the numbers, but all that wire that we're running on the right side is all going to come, basically going to be the inputs. So that being said, I'm just thinking in my head, I think we need to do it with logic instead of relying on batteries, which I'll think about, but this is the kind of effort that it takes to just get a number displayed on a scoreboard / thing. And this does not even include the other circuit, which I will pull up because I'm doing this in Visio. This one isn't as clean yet, but this is his flip-flap T-series jack, whatever the hell it's called, but this is the counter, right? So this is the relay circuit, the clock, so to speak, the clock input. These are all auto switches, and then each one of these is a counter. So this is a 3-bit counter here that counts in binary. And it goes through all of this crap, and that's how you can actually count on a scoreboard. And then that outputs to something even crazier. But this is the amount of work that I don't know if it's going to be worth it or not. And then you could always pulse it. That's how you increase the scores. Like if one of those things were to... It's an interesting way of doing it. I guess you could send it like 4 spaced pulses and then it would actually count up to 7 to then output to something that would show here. I don't know. It's pretty heinous, but this is what we're going to do next stream. I'll try and get it memorized so it won't take, so I don't have to keep flipping back and forth to look at this stuff. So yeah, I will have to think about that. I will have to think about that. Okay. If anybody has any ideas on that circuit, let me know. But I don't think batteries are going to do it. I don't want to use batteries. Because then if it drains, you're screwed. And believe it or not, I think auto switches are a lot less. The only thing, you can only have up to 10 buttons in a base, which I think is super dumb. But, okay. We'd have to have a lot of if statements. I mean, that's pretty much all this is if this is powered and this isn't, do that. Else, if this is powered and this is powered, do this. Else, do that. So that's the only thing that would be a problem, is trying to convert that pseudocode into something manageable. Which I'm sure I know there's plenty of guys on here that could probably, I mean, I can like diagram it out in my head, but I don't know. If I can't write if, like, for loops and stuff like that, I mean, I could do it easily in some simple, just general code, but when it comes to circuits, it's a little harder. Hi, what are you building? Dogs Conquers. Hey, thanks for joining, man. I am building Vyskee-Ball. That's what I'm building. Thanks for hopping on. I tried something. I tried to get floor switches to keep a certain power state, but I think we're gonna have to change our tune. But yeah, we got Vyskee-Ball going here. So that's what we're building. Right now we're just kind of working on lighting certain things up and then keeping it lit up while the round is going, because we'll have to have a kill switch. For sure, we'll have to have a kill switch or a game reset button, which is going to have, it can't have feedback, right? So it'll have to be kind of the master, see, and then that'll light up. But as soon as I reset, the problem is that, oh, you know why? Because we have a battery. But the problem is that battery is going to drain either too fast, or does anybody know? I wish there was a way you could just tell the battery to deplete instantly using a button. I don't think there is. I don't think there is at all. I could be wrong, but that's what I need to figure out. And those hundreds are the hardest ones to get. I'm ready for golf, though. That'll be exciting. And the only reason I'll be somewhat decent is because I'm actually used to doing this, but okay. Oh, right. Nice idea. Yeah, so because I tried to roll it. I wanted it to be like a true skee ball, but here's the problem. You know, like even if you get this thing outside of whatever, right? I mean, you could use that, but it's not enough speed. And obviously, if you use the scatter blaster, you're not going to keep it flat, right? So even if I just did that, it's just going to just blast it. So that's why I'm just using the sphere generator to just shoot the damn thing instead of just having a long ramp and to try and get it to bounce up. I tried, it didn't work. The physics just aren't there for it. Okay. So this is something I will have to just write down on paper. I would just have to write it down on paper and draw it in my head or something. Or just start, that's kind of why I'm saving that for Round 2. I might stream tomorrow in the afternoon to get this finished up, because I got to get this finished up. Maybe we can go back to circuits and look. Let's go back to his circuits. When's the last time I saved? I feel like I have not saved in a while. Let me go back to I create a save. Yes, I know. Okay. Maybe I can start to get a head start on some ideas. Okay. So, Selenian Rangers circuit base. This is actually his base. I just imported it. So this is what we're going to do underneath. I know the people that been on the stream for a while have seen this, but for those that haven't, this is what we're going to be doing in part 2. But all I'm doing is I'm trying to find a way to cut power. So anyway, it's going to be 9. How do you store something? It's probably easier than I'm thinking than I'm realizing. And of course, that's blinking again. It's probably easier than what I'm thinking of. I will have to think about that. I was trying to think of it on the fly. Good grief. Yeah, Selenium Ranger is a beast. I just wish I could get this thing to reset properly. That's the problem, is the circuit gets all bonkers. So this is what I was thinking to extend the time, and it would take a ton of auto switches to do that. So you see, look at the top power flow. This is actually like, if I were to hook a light up here, actually, you know what, that might be a little bit of a bad example, but you can pulse extend, kind of like my last stream, how we kept the buttons lit up, but it would just take way too long. Way too many auto switches to keep it lit. Yeah, this is all Selenian Ranger's work. I'm just trying to compile ideas in my head. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to revisit that one. I believe so. Or look at this in Blender. I actually had to look at this in Blender already to be able to see what the hell he was doing there, but he's actually connecting the power behind it, and he's just running the power all the way down. And then all the possible output options go to this mess, which I think all of this is the same thing as that. It's just squished. I think. But watch, it probably isn't. I don't think it, I don't know. I don't think it is. I have yet to diagram this. I'm not looking forward to it. But the problem is that the circuit's broken, so no matter what I do right here to try and reset it, turn that off, and try and pulse it to get power back. I could try cutting the power. I think I have to delete a... Oh, is it happy? It might be happy now. I think it's happy. Okay. So this is a counter. So if I were to do one pulse, that'll light up, which will change that to a 1. Yeah, I think we fixed it. 1. If I shoot it again, but I think where I got screwed up was on the last bit. If I shoot it again, that'll count to 2, and this is in binary. So that's 2. And then if I shoot this again, that's the third pulse. That should be 3. Yep. Oh, is this where I got jacked up before? Oh no. Okay, well, I lied. We got to 2 before it got wonky. So, okay. Maybe we'll go back. Maybe we'll go back to my other save here. Or maybe I'll look at some of his circuits. Maybe we'll look at some of his circuits. I'll be ending here at about 1 o'clock. And then tomorrow, I think I'm just going to do a grinder of circuits, trying to get this figured out, at least to some extent. That's one of his. I think I took some pictures, but let's see. Yeah, I don't even want to try and look at any of this because it's just going to be awful. I am dumbfounded on what to do there. Well, if anybody has any, what do we want to ramp up on? My brain is completely now focused on trying to solve a problem. So I need to break myself. Of that. I guess I could start fixing. No, I don't want that save. Okay, good. I guess we could start doing some of the score box lighting. It's gonna be such. Yeah, how did I do this before? Was I like right here? Let's try it. I think I was right here. Try and get this lined up. Sure, something like that. It's fine. Oh, that is obnoxious. Okay. I believe this is how far I was. I like to believe. We're just gonna stack. It's close enough. Okay, and then we're gonna make our scoreboard here. And then obviously I need to do that to get our top set. And then I don't need this. I do need 4. Yeah, sorry for blinding you guys. I should probably try and use ER's advice and change the color so they're, or just use that mod. I don't know if that mod's been fixed though, that removes the blinding glare. Yeah, so this is basically what I'm going to be wiring up. Probably tomorrow, or what I will do is do a summary. Maybe a wire. I will have to think about that, what I want to do. Because I'm not sure, and I don't want to waste everybody's time. I mean, I can easily work out like structural stuff, but this logic is very complex. And I can't tell you how long it took me to figure out to get some of this working. It was like 4 hours just I was stuck on one problem. So that's the problem. I'm trying to find a good balance. I am so smart. Sip kibbles. Sip what, John Hall? What's going on, buddy? Today has been a little bit disastrous. Not disastrous. It's challenging. This is a challenging build. I know, buddy. I'm messing with you. It's a challenging build. I know you probably got up, just woke up. That's close enough. Yeah. My primary game is actually KSP. You can imagine we're all on pins for spring 2020 and KSP 2. I see. And hey, thanks for the I am Twitch stupid, so thank you for the follow, man. I don't know how to get notifications from both. I just happen to catch it, so I appreciate it. Sentient Mirage. Appreciate you hanging with my trying to figure all this stuff out. Well, yeah, because like YouTube, so like Streamlabs, like YouTube will show. It'll be like, hey, you got some lovers, but like Twitch didn't let me know anything. I was like, oh, okay, or maybe I have to have that on a separate screen. I don't know. Finally, going to be KSP. Help me out. I don't know that acronym. I'm not exactly sure what that means. KSP. What game is that? You know how hard it is to get the 100 ball? I mean, I literally made it way too. And you know what's interesting? Did these balls change color? Kerbal Space Program. Biggest selling indie game of all time. Huh. Well, it shows you how much I game. This is like the only thing I play on a regular basis. Like I was playing Red Dead Online and that just turned into a grief fest and then it just got boring. Like I'm trying to fish, stop lassoing me in the face and dragging me around. Yeah, so yeah, that 100 is impossible. It's really hard. Well, great. That's exactly what I need is another thing to distract me from real life, right? Tell the wifey, hey, I'm not going to pay attention to you more than I already do. No, she's very understanding. KSP is life. That's not like Crocodile, is it? I'm kidding. Is that shit still a thing? Oh, come on. Yeah. What I meant to say before my ADD brain skipped is Does anybody know if you change this color, do the balls change color? That ball change color, or am I smoke crack? Because I have ideas if it does. Damn it. It does not. That's a shame. Why not? Let us color the balls. I want blue balls. It's the only case where that's a true statement. Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it. Ah, I don't know. I haven't built any of that stuff yet. Well, because you could have pool. That's something Jordan Murphy and I have been trying to work out. But if the balls aren't colored, then it's not going to do any good. Yeah. Oh, so for you, since you guys, while I finish up, let me give you some tips. Because, you know, there's going to be some golf tournaments and everything like that when it comes to shooting this ball. Massive pressure and billion questions for KSP2 devs at PAX. Now you're just talking heebity jeebities. But I will look into that, Mirage. Okay, so I'm going to make you all Tiger Woods and shooting a ball out of a cup. If you're right up on it, okay, you're not going to hit any damage. That's the same for any player, by the way. If somebody's trying to grief you and they're right up, you know, if you get right up on them, I mean, you're not going to damage them. That's where you just blast them in the face with a melee. Just melee their ass. But, so you don't want to hit this thing from right up close. The closer you are, you want to change your angle. Okay, so if you shoot below, and you'll see the only reason I'm not centered is because I can't get this ball to be centered in this thing. But if I shoot below, okay, you see that got some good range. Now, if I let it get comfy, I shoot it a little bit higher. Okay, you see the range is actually further, but it is not as accurate. So it all depends where you are aiming at the ball, number one. Obviously, you're going to use the scatter blaster. Make sure you reload, because if you're only down to 3 pellets, it's not going to go very far. Okay, if you stand further back and you aim right at the center, you will get more of a line drive center shot. So it acts like billiards a bit. Yes, it does. And I don't know if this is just because it's a self-conscious thing, but I think you can add spin. Like if you like try to swipe down, like add backspin to it, it won't go far. But if you're playing like that darts game where you got to get that 30 ball, then you may have to. I don't know. I don't think that adds spin. I think it's just subconsciously I'm doing something that's affecting the way the ball launches. But yes, that all, see, I mean, obviously that's not going very far. So even if you were to go back to here, it's piddly sticks. So for your golf game, just remember that. But to try and get in that 100 is not easy. But that's the point. You don't want to be handing out hundreds all the time, right? So putting some English on it too, right? Well, that's what I was, well, I found like that I could maybe, I just need more power. So if I repeat that spot and maybe get it angled up higher to get some more, see, that didn't do anything either. Yeah, a few times. But I think, oh, that's odd. Oh, no, come on. Hold on. Yes, there it is. I'll have to remember. Okay, so you kind of want to get, does the combat scope help? Do I have the combat scope on here? I do. But how do I... Where is... Oh. Oh, interesting, John Hall. Interesting. Well, I mean, it's not like that big of a difference, but... Oh, maybe it is. Oh, maybe it is. Maybe you can get more accurate. I mean, you can definitely get closer to it. Yes, I think you're right. I think this is definitely helpful. So, a lot of people don't use it. Yeah, I don't have grenades. I do have the force field though, just for like PvP. It's good to have. You know, that is the hardest bucket to get, believe it or not, is that 40. So yeah, that's gonna be the goal by the time we're done with this, is to try and light all of these up, and it will display the score. In PS4 it does today. It does display the appropriate score, and then when you reset it just turns back off. For me, having the combat scope assist with recoil and tighten my aim, even on the scatter blaster. Oh. Yeah, I think it's helping. I'm consistently getting that's the other thing. If you like look up as you shoot, I get a different result too. Like if I'm just going to like, I think it's just because of how something I'm doing subconsciously to keep it straight. But yep, that's the goal. And then obviously if you just spray it like right up on it, then you're gonna go way out. And you know what's interesting is I don't think there's a distance limit on when the ball resets. Like this ball will chill all the way down here this whole time. So that's kind of a problem, because wouldn't that be a memory leak? Like if you just had a whole bunch of these? Why is my frame rate? Oh, see, there it is. Oh no, I thought it was the ball. Where'd it go? I know it's down here. Did you steal my ball? I don't know what you're trying to do. Hard to know if it's placebo or not. I know, yeah. Well, the ball did come down here. So that's something I do not know. I do not know if there's a limit of how far the ball will go before it's erased out of memory. Or maybe it just, maybe like, you know, it just doesn't display. Holy crap. Oh, it came all the way down here. Holy shit. Okay. Look at that. And it still didn't remove. I don't know. Has anybody tested? Oh, this frame rate is horrible. Has anybody tested to see how far you can? I mean, could you carry this thing all the way around the planet? I don't know. Dude, this underground area is sweet. It's flat. You could totally have races down here too. There you go. Yeah. I guess there's no limit. I could just keep knocking this thing around. But you know what? The ball totally kills frame rate. You guys ever play with the ball in multiplayer? It's like it's not like a smooth roll. Oh, that's kind of cool. I have no idea where the hell I'm going. I'm just, this cave network is insane. I like how they've added grass throughout the caves instead of just like dirt. Oh, I just want to get you up there. What the hell is behind? Oh, you know what? I think it's just a loop. Let's see Mega Race where people have to move a ball around a moon. That'd be awesome. See, no. Why isn't my... You, come here. I forbid you to come back this way. We're already this far. I just want to make it up the lip. Come on. Let's make it up the lip. Okay, where'd you go? It'd be interesting. It's an interesting test of gravity. Right? And I don't even know, I think this is a whole new cave network, but yeah, it would be an interesting race. Like whoever gets their ball throughout a cave network the fastest wins. Okay, so we are back to this area. I just think this is dope. I haven't seen very many. Was this a thing? Like caves with flat, just like perfectly flat grass like this? I don't think so. I used the Valks to make a giant Plinko board. Hey, the frowny game cat. What's going on, man? Yeah, so I know 710 is made pachinko, and we have Vyskee-Ball, and Plinko. That sounds fun too. I didn't actually know. Forgive me. I didn't know what the hell pachinko was. That's cool. All right, let's get the hell out of here. Are we still at the bottom of the pit? That's the other thing that I've noticed that they brought back are these huge valleys, which I think is cool, like the sharp, jagged, mountainous range. Definitely neat. Okay, unlimited jetpack mod. Should still work. It does. Okay, man, gotta head out. If you're still going when I'm back, I'll see you then. Yeah, I think I'll probably have to. I started a little bit late just because of some of the weather this morning and last night was just stupid, but I'll probably have to cut it myself. Yeah, let me know. I'll make sure to try and stop out on some of your next streams. Be excited to catch you. I know K-Dog Action Pants streaming later today. Sword is. Zane is tomorrow. Cobra was last night. I'll have to keep track. I try to catch as many as I can. To the point it's bad. Like I'll be at dinner and I'll have like the stream on, like with a hidden earphone. Like, what are you listening to? Be like, don't worry about it. I'm supporting my space friends, as you call them. You know, you got to show the love. Anyway, I think tomorrow I will let everybody know because I think I need to take a day. I think I need to go on PS4 and I just need to work out some of the logic because then I'll save you all a bunch of grief. Be like, oh, this is how this works. We need to do this circuit. We need to power this. This is how we're going to do it. I won't waste your time. And then we can, once they figure all of that out, we can run the rest of the wiring. I might just run the parallel wires just to get the base wiring ran across here and ran up, and then we'll connect everything. We'll go ahead and get the circuit set up, get the scoreboard working. Then we will be golden. And then once this is open on both PS4 PC, or once it's done, get the coordinates out, and yeah, we'll have some Vyskee-Ball. It'll be fun. Hell, maybe we could have an option to have multiple. So if you could play in teams or have like multiple sphere generators, of course it would probably stack up, but that might be kind of fun. Like if you get a ball in there and somebody else tries to go, well, too bad. He's already in the spot, so you get kicked out. You could totally do this and have multiple balls flying in the hole. I know that sounded fantastic. I don't have a problem with multiple balls flying in angled holes, but yeah, that could be a fun game. I had to think about that. And yeah, let me know, guys. Anything you want me to visit too. I might do a base visit on PC. So if you guys have any cool games or even any bases, share them with me because I want to visit them on the stream next week, on my Saturday stream. I still don't know about tomorrow, but I don't know when I'm gonna hop on here. Depends how much I get done today. But I have 4 I use for Plinko. Frowny Game Cat, are you PC? You're PS4. You already beat me to the punch. Okay. I guess I could stream PS4, but I don't know. I'd like to stick to PC, but I would love to see it. I will check it out. If you want to shoot me a message or reach out to me, I'd like to see your Plinko board because I'll totally definitely want to check that out because I've been thinking about it. You just have a bunch of pegs and then kind of like what I'm doing, but you just have, I assume you probably have floor switches that are just glitched vertical. Maybe you're doing something different, but if I were thinking about it, I would do something like this and wire glitch, so that way that's the channel. And then as soon as the ball hits the channel, that's what will light up. But that's just me. Be interesting to see that, man. Cool. Well, all right. We actually built this in like 4 hours, all the way up to, that's actually the best run because I've rebuilt this thing many times. So we got all that done in under 4 hours. It's pretty good. That would be cool. I'd love some ideas. Yeah. This is a whole like, it's a new challenge, right? Glitch building and doing all of that crap, it was fun, but this is a whole new challenge. That's why I like this stuff involving logic. I think everybody should know logic. Maybe not at the level that Selenian Ranger knows, but you should understand it enough to where, like, if you wanted to solve a basic problem, you can without too much difficulty. But yeah, we got this sucker done pretty quick timing, so I'm glad. Now we just need to work on our circuitry. And then we have ourselves some Vyskee-Ball. So, cool. All right. Well, I appreciate you all stopping out. I will make sure, I will let everybody know by tomorrow when I'm going to hop on, if I'm going to hop on. I think I'll hop on for a little bit, but hopefully things will be a little more, not guesswork. But we'll see. Again, thank you all for stopping out. Make sure to like, subscribe, follow if you want to see more of me. If not, that's cool. You just tell me to shut up and go live in a hole. I'm cool with that too. Doesn't bother me at all. But those that have stuck with me for the whole stream, appreciate it. And more updates. I got some short videos coming out. Maybe I might do a tutorial. I've been thinking about it. Do I do another tutorial, just like recap? Because that's what sucks, right? All my origin of symmetry tutorials and all those videos that I did are completely irrelevant, which is sad. So I don't know. A lot of people have been doing some basic stuff, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to do just a basic, this is how you glitch with triggers now. I'll have to gauge interest on that. We'll see. All right, folks. You guys stay classy, and I will see you next